All right. So I think any time is a good time for OC. Now, the reason I wanted to stream briefly, for me, it's Saturday morning. It's about 7:30 in the morning, and I got to start adjusting my pattern because I've gotten into this. I'll head over to the couch in the morning, take my pills, play on the tablet, watch TV. At some point, try to sleep. I'll lay there. I'll be in pain for a bit. Finally, after some tossing and turning, I'll find the sweet spot, and then I'll doze and I'll sleep the day away. My brother will come home and be like, huh. And I'm not accomplishing things I got to accomplish. Now, I really can't make any calls. It's the weekend, but I'm thinking more and more I'll just stay up. When I wake up, I'll just stay up into the morning so I can make these phone calls. I got to call my auto insurance, got to call the doctor to try to track down why that form wasn't filled out for temporary disability. So I want to be up more, stay up in the morning, actually accomplish things. But I got to, tonight I got to cook. My brother's going to bring home some ground beef and I'm going to cook up some more of those like tacos without the shells and make like a taco salad. We still got plenty of fixins, the tomato, the uh, the lettuce, but I want to just be up Sunday and up on Monday. So I figured, okay, I got things I could be doing, but since I can't make any calls, it's Saturday morning. This is part of the forcing myself up. So I'll have a beer, try to stay focused here or not. I can always kill the stream and do something else. But yeah, I figured I'd come on for just to do something for 20 minutes or so. Of course, I can always just end it. It was also something else. Yeah, it's like I almost feel overwhelmed. Like I don't want to start the taxes until I get my TDI approved, and I want to get the TDI approved until I get my boot, but I can't get my boot because I got to call. It's almost like I know you got to, and everything's around me, but it's hard for me to access. I got stuff on this other side of this table I can't reach. I got stuff, and that I'm feeling going through. Sometimes I'm on the couch, vegging, watching TV, playing on my tablet. I don't want to get up. It's a pain in the ass to get into the wheelchair, roll around, trying to do things in a wheelchair. I guess I could feel depressed, but maybe it hasn't hit me yet. I'm still in that denial mode. So, and I love you too, Totem. Kisses and hugs. Never seen you before, I don't think, but I love you too. I love all of you. Hurt by the cold. So hard and lonely too when you don't know yourself. So the stream is more of a acquainting myself to being not just awake, but not on the couch at this hour, not sleeping, not watching TV, being yeah. Well, it's probably midday there, right? What time is it? 12:30? Maybe 1:30? Half past 1 in the afternoon, I'd imagine. But I'm glad you had a nice morning like mine. Or is that your every morning or just weekend mornings? All right. Where was it? I will throw up. I don't know if he's here or not. I know Denmark guy wanted to come on. If he's around, I'll throw up a link because he doesn't have a. If not, that's fine. I don't plan on taking calls unless someone really wants to call in. I just wanted to sort of not be. I wanted to be up and sitting and forcing myself into a do mode, into doing. And you're the people I want to do this morning, so you should be. You should be thrilled. Yes, we're doing each other this Saturday morning. Where's that link? I'll throw it up. Wait, hold on. Here it is. That's if anyone wants to come on or not. I'll put that out. How are you doing, Chris? How's life? Where are you from again? Is it morning for you? Afternoon? Evening? Been up all night? What's going on, Christopher? Tell us. Wait, are you Chris Dubs? Is this Dubs? Dubs, is that you? I didn't recognize, obviously, Chris SW. You're Dubs in Australia. How are you, Dubs? I see you're having fun this. Well, I believe Perth is exactly 12 hours ahead. So it's probably right, 7:30 in the evening for you. So, yeah. No, I don't actually have a lot because what happened was I wasn't drinking. It was actually pretty good. I've actually picked up drinking again, not as much, but I wasn't drinking for the first 3 weeks. So I wasn't drinking as much. I'd have a beer or two and want to take a nap. So my brother got some beer, but there's not as much. He even said, "Oh, you've been good. You've been drinking." I said, "I've been feeling like drinking," and I guess I'm starting to acclimate. And I'm like, I can go for a beer. Why not? I see all my Euro cells and down under cells are coming in. So Yeah, Chris, you're Chris. Is this Chris Dubs? Is that who this is? I want to say yes, but there's a lot of Chris's out there. Dubs, you keep changing your name on me. Ah, yes. You're going. Well, you're not going to the office today. Clearly, I hope not. Not on a Saturday. Dubs, good to see you. Hello, Devonshire Pike. What's up? He's been Dev Pike is like the only person I still talk to on Discord. You Starlings insisted I sign up for Discord. The only person I still actually actively talk to is Dev Pike, but we've been missing each other because on the couch I don't feel like getting up and scratching myself. I rebandaged my right. I didn't want to rebandage the right. I wanted to get this damn boot, but now who knows? And who knows? I got a call. Apparently I missed it. I got a call there because my phone was charging up. I couldn't get to it. It was ringing, and it was the lady at the what do you call it? The car insurance. So I called her back, and of course she was away. She was on some other call, and it was a Friday. But she left a message saying, "Oh, call me back." I'm like, well, she could tell me what this is about. Watch, I bet the boots have been rejected or some shit, as it should be. It's 7:40 somewhere in the world, whether it be AM or PM. Well, 7:40 in Western Australia and New Jersey. No one has been ignoring you on Discord. Well, everyone else has been ignoring you on Discord, but not me. They ignore me too, so don't feel so bad. Yes, you had a bicycle injury, I believe, right? Did you want to come on? Show your face. Show the injury. Where was it? Was it in the forehead? The eye? I think. Why don't you show us? We'd like to see. I shared my injury. You can see I'm in a damned wheelchair. I do have to lift my goddamn legs again and show you that they're in bandages. This is a wheelchair. Well, I feel kind of haggard. I mean, I think I've definitely lost weight. I'm still eating, but I'm not eating as much. I think, part of it is you think, oh, not a lot of energy, not moving around. You think you'd actually gain more weight, but I don't have the appetite. Like we cooked, it was pretty good. The shit I made, I actually turned around. I got my wheelchair. I parked it. I parked it against the stove that way. So this part was against the stove. And then I got in the chair and I could demonstrate. But you have to use your imagination. I got on my knees and I was able to break up the ground beef and prepare a nice meal. And I ate and it was pretty filling, but I don't have the appetite. Plus, like I said, after the accident and the surgery, there was like almost a month of no drinking, at least 3 weeks of no real drinking, which I think has led to a gauntness. And of course, I'm haggard because right now I probably wouldn't be asleep, but I'd be not in a computer, not in a wheelchair. I don't like sitting in the wheelchair too much. I'll sit in the wheelchair to eat, but I just, whenever I can, be on the couch. It's the most comfy. So by now, my body is saying, get on the couch or start taking a nap, getting ready to go to sleep. Veg for a bit until you're ready to doze, and there'll be some tossing and turning. So yes, I do look haggard because right now I'm not supposed to, but I got to force myself to stay up. But I guess it kind of doesn't matter since I'm not going anywhere or doing much anything. Who gives a shit what I look like? I'm sorry. I know we're all lookers, but I can't always be. I can't always be. I mean, I beg your pardon. I never promised you a rose garden totem along with the sunshine. There's going to be, along with the beauty, there's going to be a little ugly sometimes. No, I need you to take care of me, totem. Nobody check back in pure Narcy yet again. Who's the pure Narcy? Me? The others for sure. I'm not a Narcy. But yeah, I'm like right now. It's like, if you've noticed, like Totem, I've been streaming. I don't know if you've noticed or not. I've been streaming, late evenings, early nighttime, my time. So this is like I've been up. I got up this afternoon, yesterday afternoon. I'm still up. I'm ready to take a nap. But I will push through because I got to readjust my pattern so I can make these important fucking phone calls come Monday, business day. Okay. Zero regard for others. Okay, Dev Pike, who are you talking about? Me, you, making a general statement? I'm not following you. Yes, that's all they ever do. Oh, this guy's okay. This is Mr. Christopher Dubs. No, that stream's over. There was no third act. I was waiting for you to come on, man. I know you play what? You play some kazoo or you play some harmonica. I was waiting for you to come on and be my third act. Yes, I know. I'm not like the others. I'm actually conscientious. People say I'm an asshole, and I guess I could be, but my assholishness is usually criticism of their shallowness and their hypocrisy. Says I'm a nice person usually. Thank you. Yes, some Starling lives matter. Some more so than others. Uh, so I guess that's. Take a look. All right. Well, actually, give me a minute. I want to check something out. Give me just a minute. I'll tell you all about it. Shh. I got a message from our other friend down under, and I didn't want to play it because I don't know if he said anything inappropriate or anything like that, or any word, no words, but he sounded out of it. I'll just keep this very brief. He does want to come on and explain himself and his plans for the future. Our boy James. So I figured I'd give him a platform since he deleted his channel. But he was just saying, "Oh, dude, I'm out of it. I wasn't out because I joke with him. So I bet you're out partying. But if you ever want to come on, you're more than welcome." He got back to me. Like I don't know when. I wasn't paying attention on the phone. He got back to me. "Oh, I'm out of it." He sounds the way I look, and he said I fell asleep. But yeah, it sounds like a place. I said, okay, well, not now, obviously, but because right now he's probably he went back to sleep. But yeah, he said he will come on at some point and explain it because it was like you owe your fans an explanation. I mean, we know that Dev Pike, you can ask him directly, but it's not the same. We need to hear it in his own words. So thank you for asking him, but we need to hear it from him. And Totem is devastated. Totem is like totally devastated. So James needs to. He will. We'll work it out at some point. He can come on and discuss it some other time. Well, that's what I had said to him because I had said, "Hey, James, one of these nights you should come on." I told him I'm going to readjust my pattern, so it'll be my morning because I've been up late, which is like his daytime. I said, if on a Saturday, Sunday you want to come on when I'm like awake in the morning, well, my morning, your afternoon, your evening. I said, feel free to come on. And I said, I know you're probably out because I said right now it's this is earlier. I said it's Friday into Saturday. You're probably out doing lovey-dovey couples things. So enjoy yourself. And he responded at some point saying, I believe him. I was fell asleep. I work all week. No, I was doing, but yeah. So yeah. Yes, you more than anyone. I even said to him, I said, listen, it's not just for my sake or Chris Dubbs' sake or Dev Pike's sake. Totem. I mean, you owe him. Oh, the word is Totem is owed. I agree. I went to bat for you, Totem. Say, you're welcome. Ah. So yes, you're welcome. Oh, and you will get one. I promise. I will deliver on that. I will get you an explanation. Promise. I must say, there are pros and cons of not drinking. It goes through me much faster. But I must say, this beer, my brother got these jugs, it tastes phenomenal. Like, when you're drinking beer a lot, it starts to kind of taste the same. You still want to get drunk, but it tastes not as crisp. This beer, or maybe it's just a really good batch, or this cup is nice and clean because I've been drinking out of it. This beer tastes phenomenal. It's nice and cold. It's got the right texture. This beer is phenomenal. You're quite welcome. If anyone can, if anyone can deliver, it's a haggard man. Even in my haggard, crippled condition, I will deliver. I shall deliver. Congratulations. I'm happy to hear that. We're celebrating together. 12 hour, well, same time in the immediate sense on the clock. It's I'm still in Saturday morning. You're in Saturday evening into Saturday night. But yeah, it's Saturday party. Drink up. Also, because I can't get into a shower and like really clean myself. I clean, I scrub, but I can't do the stand up. I look forward to being able to stand up again, so I can like shampoo my hair properly with the water running on it. So that will add to the haggard appearance. But I do think I'm gaunter. I think I've lost weight, should be a good thing. I can definitely afford to lose some pounds. Or is it like the sickly kind of weight loss? Like my shirt looks too big and I'm all, I lost weight. Age is good for something. Yeah. Okay. So we've talked about sun's coming up. I'm riding with Lady Luck. Freeways, cars, and trucks. You should be out with a woman, but you're here. Well, I'm sorry. You're not welcome here now. This place is for the cool kids, those who can have a woman but choose to be here because they'd rather be here than with a woman. If you're only here out of desperation, then I'm kidding, of course. Welcome to the club. Welcome. You're among your own kind here. We've got Dev Pike, but more importantly, Totem. You should feel right at home, Dubs. Don't feel bad. You are welcome. Oh, something else I want to say. Oh, YouTube, I've been sharing this. I'll share this again. YouTube has been shutting my comments off. I turn right now, the comments are turned on. Anyone can post, no filters, no restrictions. And when the stream ends, the comments will stay on at first. They'll be on for a little bit. I'm not sure how long it takes, but within a matter of hours, like it's usually the next day, I'll check back. My comments are turned off. And where was it? So where are we here? Someone, I don't know if this guy's even watching. Give me a minute. If we go back for a moment, so here we are right now. This is right now, Saturday morning Sonata. My stream the other day was called Open Mic Night, blah blah blah. And if you look here, comments are on again. They were on when the stream ended, then they turned off at some point. And sometime today, I noticed they were off. I manually turned them back on. This has been happening now every stream for the past couple months, even before my accident. So somebody wanted to comment on this open mic, but at the time the comments were off. So they commented here. They went back to a stream before, and they wrote, let's see if we can find it here. This Michael Chevreau writes, you disabled comments on your latest stream, meaning that open mic stream. You disabled comments. Since when does a dude even have a choice to fatherhood? If dudes did, they wouldn't be here. And my response, normally I wouldn't read comments. I don't have a lot of comments to read. It's usually comments from people I know. But since he seemed to want to ask, I wanted to address it because I've mentioned this before. I want to address it again. You disabled your comments. No, actually, I never disable comments. YouTube disables them several hours after my stream. I want to make that clear to everybody because I've been repeating this, but I know repetition is part of it. Just so anyone knows, I don't shut my comments off. I leave comments on. Anyone's free to comment. I don't delete comments. So yeah, for some reason, YouTube has been turning them off and I got to turn them back on the next day. But to get to his point about, fathers, since when does a dude even have a choice to fatherhood? If dudes did, they wouldn't be here. I asked, refresh my memory. When did fatherhood come up? I remember Doggo talking about his brother having a kid. I could address this, but I'm not quite sure what he's asking me here. Since when does a dude even have a choice to fatherhood? Well, I think it depends. Some guys don't want to be fathers, but they're fucking left and right. So they're having relations left and right that they become one. Others don't even have that choice in life. But some people, I think, like Doggo's brother, had that choice because he and his wife were married. They were older. The brother's like 41, I think he said. The wife is even older. She's 45. So no, they weren't going to just accidentally have a child. But the opportunity was there for Doggo's brother, and then the two of them, the husband, the brother and the sister-in-law, went out of their way. So in this situation, this is an example of Doggo's brother had a choice. He and his wife wanted to have kids. The wife wanted to have kids with him. I'm assuming he's the father. We don't know whether or not they use like the frozen embryo route, but I guess it's a case by case basis. I'm not sure what's. He's the Chevreau guy. I don't really know him. I think I've seen his comments before. He looks familiar from like Todd or something. But I'll answer his question, but one, just to address, I don't turn comments off. That's not me. And two, actually, there's one other thing I should tell you. Donna, when she posted that video with me, that AI she did of me and Elton John, when that happened, she was having comment problems. Like she couldn't respond to the comments or some stuff like that. I'm not exactly sure what the situation was. She couldn't respond to her comments, and there was a delay. And then she was able to, and she told me. She said she's a text. She goes, "Yeah, they're trying to silence me too. See, you were talking about they shut your comments off. They're shutting mine off too." And then she said, "They always try to silence the greats. They always try to silence the greats." And I couldn't resist. I wrote back. I said, "Yeah, James never had these problems." I think it took her a moment to realize, I see what you did. Yeah, it's like they try to silence the greats. James himself never. And I do wonder if she shared that joke with James. Oh, look what OC said, haha. And that caused him to fly off the handle and say, well, then fuck it. I'm done with YouTube. Yeah. Bazinga, yes. Bazinga. 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 That's all I can say is bazinga. I mean, unless you guys want to comment on Michael Chevereau's comment, because I'm not quite sure what he's asking. I think he's trying to, because he says, when does, I guess maybe English isn't his first language. Does he mean dudes like us, dudes in general? I remember talking to Doggo became an uncle. I remember talking about that, but the brother, whatever. I don't know. But yeah, if he sees this, he's more than welcome to opine. Kevin Mebanks, someone was asking, I think it was Doggo was asking about you. I said, where's Mebanks? I said, I don't know. I haven't seen Mebanks in since God knows when. It's 5:00 in the morning, Los Angeles. Doggo's probably asleep. But yeah, here's Mebanks. He's here. Mebanks, did you see any of that last stream? Did my guitar work impress you? Well, if not, did Doggo's? Did Rafterman's? Or do you have no idea what I'm talking about? Because it was you once upon a time who said, hey, you should get your guitar out. And well, I delivered. Might not have been delivered very well, but it was still a delivery. I do that. I'm the haggard man who delivers. Just ask Totem. Wow. You're in that club, that uncle club. The Unculars. Now Doggo joins you. Hey, Banks, you don't need to patronize me, but thank you. I'm glad you at least, because you had said, I brought the guitar out. It's still a little out of tune. Still got to play around with it. But at least I got it restrung. I got it sounding, playable. Yes, you are. But you, as I recall, you have a bunch of sisters. So it's easier for you to become an uncle. For someone like Doggo, it's an accomplishment. Congratulations to Doggo's older brother. I feel like an itch by my ankle, but it's covered in bandages. I'm like, oh, God. I'm getting to that point. I need to be in these damn cam boots. God only knows how long that's going to take. You're the only one with no kids. What's all right? Doggo doesn't have kids either. Probably never will. So you're not alone in the childless uncle club. So don't feel bad. I understand. You're devastated, but you're in good company. In some ways, I think that's a blessing for the world. Maybe your seed is too potent to be passed on. Okay. Now, what's his name? Did Dev Pike want to share some stuff? He was an injury. He had an injury of his own. Do you want to share that with the support group here, or it's like these mornings? Well, these morning streams, we get a different crowd, and it's kind of nice. I don't know. I don't know if that would have worked. You'd probably be divorce raped and not allowed to see your kid by now. That's a very real reality for a lot of guys. So you might even have the chance to troll with your son. Who's to say you'd have a son? You would have some daughter who'd be, down on all fours for some Chadam immigrant. You never know. You never know. But you can dream, Totem Jr. I got you to Wahahaha. I'm not familiar. Which county is that? Which state is that county in? The county called Wahahaha. Don't think I've heard of that one. You have to give me a map. Well, the next step. That's why I got to. That's why I adjust my pattern. I could have made calls Friday, but I was like, by the time that's the problem I have. I told my brother, by the time I'm ready to fall asleep, it's like early morning, because I got to find the sweet spot. I'm in pain. So anyway, I slept most of the day, and I missed the calls I had to make. I got a call on Monday, track him down. I was supposed to get him like last week, but there was a problem with the car insurance. Now the car insurance bitch is calling, probably to say something's been rejected or something's wrong. So the answer is I won't know till Monday. That's why I got to read. That's why I'm up right now. I got to readjust my pattern so I can be up like this, like not quite this. Well, this time I can start making calls during the business hours, like 9 a.m. onwards, come Monday. Right now it's my Saturday morning. I could do that, but I don't want to. They're over there. I can get them later. I could do that. That would be kind of funny. Like the mummy. Because they gave me, there's inner bandages and outer bandages. They gave me a lot of the white inner bandages, but they only gave me I still have some, but they gave me less outer bandages, the pink outer bandage. So I have plenty of the white ones. I could, do the mummy. I can roll myself up like a mummy, have one little eye, be like, "Ah, ah." That would be entertaining. You can sing it for us. How's that sound? You can come on and sing it for us. They did. They did. I was walking along, minding my own business. All that thing about the car crash, that's all a lie. I was walking along, minding my own business, and they said, you're not an American. I said, what do you mean? You're clearly a Swede, maybe a Norwegian. Show us your papers, you Scandinavian piece of shit. And I said, whoa, I'm as American as apple pie. Next thing I know, they're busting at my legs. So, yes, it's tough. It's tough being a Scandinavian in these United States. So we have two mini hahas, one in New York and a county in South Dakota. You don't need all that to be entertaining. I beg to differ. I need something to be entertaining. I need something to set me apart. I need something. I can't rely on my good looks and my voice alone. I mean, that can only take you so far in life. You're not a Swede. You're a carrot. You forgot the word top. Carrot top. He is one ugly fuck. I hate to say because he's a ginger. And you see pictures of Carrot. You ever see Carrot Top, the comedian, and his wife, this bitch who married him just for his money? Blatantly obvious. Every photo, he's smiling. It's been a long time since I see, but Carrot Top, he had a wife. I can look it up. And she just looks miserable in every photo. She married him for the money. She looks like a BPD bitch, and he looks like this. And I think they're about this. She might be taller than him, actually. So you're a Carrot Top. I feel sorry for you. Maybe one day you'll get to grow up to be a Swede like me. Even better, with that red carrot top hair, he can become a fire tower. See, everything comes full circle. The weave. I didn't sleep last night. I thought I explained. I've been up since yesterday. I'm trying to adjust my pattern. I went to bed the other morning, kind of, whenever. I don't know what time it was. I was watching TV, vegging. Fell asleep at some point. Woke up like in the afternoon. My brother came home. Still laid around for a bit. Eventually got up. So I'm trying to readjust my pattern. I didn't sleep last night. I don't have the moon boots yet. Am I not articulating well enough? Dubs, are you drunk already? Dubs. What's the name of the mountain? Carrot Top Mountain or Swede Mountain? What are you talking about? You're probably familiar with a town called Swedesboro. The Swedes had a very, very brief colony in the New World back in the 1600s. It failed and it became absorbed by what was then the Dutch, New Amsterdam. So, but there's still a town in southern New Jersey named after it. It's called Swedesboro. And that's, I want to say, I'm going to get this wrong, and I'm in New Jersey. Ah, is that Cumberland, Salem or Cumberland County? It's not Cumberland. I think it's Salem. Where's it, Gloucester? No, it's Salem. I don't know. Southwestern Jersey is a place called Swedesboro. Yes, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay, Dubs. It's okay. You learn how to handle your liquor better. I was, on the wagon for like 3 weeks. And now, even though it's going through me faster, I can still make coherent sentences. He lives up on top of that Carrot Top Mountain. Swede Mountain for real. Congratulations. Yeah, I think isn't there allegedly an extraterrestrial base near to Swede Mountain? Because all kinds of weird lights and things have been seen in the sky. And yeah, I don't know if that's the reason people go missing, but see that? Dubs, that's highly unlikely, but we can ask him, but it's highly unlikely he knew those people. He doesn't know a lot of people. And I think if someone he worked with who he didn't like went missing, he'd be rejoicing. So it's probably just random people. But you never know. Maybe he met them. I don't know. You can ask him. Go ahead. How's the mic? Let me test my. Is there like a sweet spot I can go for? This microphone. Sometimes it sounds better. Other times it sounds worse. Oh, well, close enough. So what were we talking about? Swedes on mountains. What's the word for mountain? Is it Berg or Bergen? I think it's Berg, right? Berg. It's a Svedberg. Oh, good. Sorry. I'm missing a button. That's okay because it wasn't really, when it was still there, it wasn't quite buttoning right because this was some. So sorry. Is my belly button, is that too indecent? Am I going to strike for that? I'm sorry. I think so. If you pay attention, I'm not going to tell you. It's like where's Waldo or where's Wally? You call it. Where's Waldo? Pay attention. Keep a list. See how many stims you can find. Yes. Yes, it was Lily Pond, near to Swede Mountain, where the aliens allegedly have a base. Yes. I'm not confirming or denying that, but I'm just saying that, yes, Swede Mountain, that area is known for alleged extra, I don't say extracurricular. Well, that too. Extraterrestrial activity. Yes, I'm all of the above. Move out a bit. Cross my leg. Say rebandaged. Man, I'm gonna scratch. I wanna. Every now and then, something. Being in the chair is uncomfortable. You want to? I guess on the couch, I can move in. If I want to stretch, if I want to sit up, if I want to lay this way, lay on my side, I have that luxury. In a chair, it gets so annoying. Although I guess I should admit a wheelchair would be easier than a regular chair. If I were sitting in a regular chair, I'd be really screwed. At least the wheelchair gives me some, but not the same as being on a nice couch. I'm actually a Yowie. I'm originally from Australia. I escaped. I was running around the Blue Mountains for a while. I'm a Yowie. I'm an Aussie like you, and I'm a Yowie. So yes, I am a cryptid. Yes. Well, that could also be drug related. I think there used to be. I don't know if it's still the case now. A lot of marijuana farms, kind of in that area. So the FBI, it doesn't. We don't know why. The FBI, various reasons, but that might have been more drug related. But it could be because aliens would be more like military. It probably wouldn't be FBI. FBI was probably drug related. Well, that's see, I know that's the aliens under Lily Pond or by Swede Mountain. I did, I did. Iron in the rock, or some off-world metallurgy technology that in the proximity. You never know. You never know. But I think the FBI was more drug related than or crystal meth. It's one of those things. I think the FBI's presence was more drug related than aliens. Well, it was aliens, illegal aliens making like a lot of those Mexican cartels and shit, other cartels. It could have been something drug related. I don't think that was because of the off world life. Okay, okay. This was a nice morning. It's like I said, different times bring in different vibes. It's a pretty good vibe. Well, I still have a little more. I still have a little more beer. I'm forcing myself to be awake so I can be awake at this time. Well, I don't want to be drunk. I want to be soberish, but I want to be like me. I got to stay up to like 10, 11. Then again, I don't want to stay up too late today because I still want to be up to make dinner when my brother gets home. That wouldn't be wise. I'd probably end up, detained by the government and experimented on. So, I mean, unless someone agrees to hide me out, I don't know. DBF agreed to hide me out once, but then I learned he was planning to turn me over to the government. James isn't a real Australian, so you know he can't really offer me any protection. Uh, Unless you want to hide me out, I don't think I can return to Australia. Now, one of them would betray me. The others just, well, they probably both betray me. Knowing them, I need you. I need you, Dubs. Okay. These are why I have to show you. Yeah. Yeah. I'm walking around naked. Yeah. No. Yeah. These are. Yeah. These are like gym shorts, and I've been wearing them for the past. Go back and watch my streams. I don't need this shit. It's like, what is your problem? Why are you here, Totem? Did you invite your buddy again? Because, oh my god. Very good. If you agree to hide me, I'll be there. In addition to, yeah, I'm wearing these shorts. I'm also what? My socks. Oof. I just rebandaged. So I'm also wearing these bandages on my lower legs, ankle. Oh my god! But then being in that position also gets tiresome. So I want to change positions again. Because I don't like when people ask redundant questions that have been covered enough. You've been, you're interested. You can go back and watch, or you could ask, "Oh, hi, I haven't been around. What's going on?" And I'll be polite-ish and try to keep you. But when, oh my god, he's not doing this. Oh my god, why is he? He's in a wheelchair. Look at that guy. He's just. They already know. They watched my other streams. So why do I think? Because the few people who are here watch my other streams. Most people don't want to watch my streams. Then they'll come around. You're the anomaly who comes here, but doesn't want to watch my streams. Everyone else here does. So I don't know. I don't. I don't. Let's give him 10 minutes to think about that. Okay. I put him a nice, no one's banned, but he needs a nice 10-minute timeout because I don't need this stupid shit. I'm having a nice vibe, and people like that ruin the vibe. And, it's just, uh, most people have no idea who I am. Those that do don't want to watch me simply say, not for me, and leave. You're one of the few exceptions who comes here like a child, points out blatantly obvious things that everyone who's here knows already, and acts as if like you've discovered some great, oh my god, look at him, he's a freak. He's in a wheelchair. It's been discussed. He's not wearing pants. I mean, fucking, boxers. These aren't boxers. It's like gym shorts. Oh my god, it's like go back and watch the streams. Why does he think people watch streams? Because everybody else who's here has. I just don't feel like dealing with Totem. Your kind is ugh. Exactly. This is for the people who want to be here. I don't like when people who are confused come along. Confused. Most people, like I said, don't know who I am, and those who do, who aren't interested, go away. It's rare to get that confused person who doesn't watch me, but comes around and then acts as if Nobody else watches me either. No, the handful of people here are the ones who watch me. Uh, Everyone else just goes away. Confused people. This one confused oddball who doesn't watch me allegedly, but then comes around and asks questions that have been long since established, but then acts like, "Why does anyone want to watch you?" But you're why? It's. I don't feel like dealing with this. It really drags me down, man. Makes me want to just delete my channel. I'm done with YouTube. Just out of all of a sudden, just delete my channel, man. That's it. I can't. I won't. I can't go on. Okay, so what was I crying about? Well, don't cry for me. Being ugly and being a spurg is already like being cripple. This is just another layer of cripple on top. But I will. I'll try to persevere. I'll try at least. Hopefully. All right. What were we talking about? What were we going on about? I think that was it. Oh, by the way, I answered this question this stream. This question's already been answered within the past 10 minutes. Totem, are you having your parrot things back? I really don't need this. I'm trying to move. Repetition is par for the course. When I got to repeat myself for someone who allegedly doesn't want to watch me in the first place, it's like Totem. This is your fault. Don't burden me with your shit. Just don't burden me. Burdened I am. But thank you for shedding a tear for me, Christopher. What else is going on? Well, like I said, I wasn't going to force. Well, no, if you want to call in, like I said, I'm going to repeat myself again. No, I'm just kidding. See, I don't mind repeating this because you came in a little. I said, listen, I wasn't planning to take call-ins, but yes, I was like, I know Denmark guy tried to call in last time. He had just gotten up. I was getting off. But if you want to call in, that's fine. If you like to come on for a few minutes, that's sure. Yeah, unless you want to see someone else come in. I don't know. Here, why not? I'll post a link. Why not? It's all up to you. It's all up to you, the viewer. If not, I can just talk. You can ask me questions, or I can ask you questions, or you can watch me stare at the back of my hand for the next 10 minutes or so. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this the rest of the stream and maybe even after the stream. So I'm just going to. I think about it. And you staring at this is my hand. And this it's kind of private. I don't know if I want you to see my hand. I'm not sure. Maybe I should get off just so I can stare at the back of my beautiful hand in peace. Dubs, it's all right. It's okay. Anything else? Because I don't want to. I don't want to stay on that long. I'm just sort of like yeah. When I come to Sweden, I will. And you go to Africa, I will dog sit Millie. Sounds good. Anyway. Oh, when you go to Australia for James and Donna's wedding. Yeah, I'll come to Sweden and watch your dog. Stay in your co-op apartment. Yeah, sounds like a plan. We'll make it happen. I wanted to do an hour, 46, about 46 minutes. That's admirable. Because I don't have much else to. Oh, here we go. Actually, he does want to come on. Okay. Here is Chris Dubbs from Perth, live from Perth, Australia. Uh-oh, we're having some technical D, but A for effort. We'll give him an A for effort. You're seeing this too, the Wheel of Death. Oh, there he is. How are you, Chris?
How's
Hey,
it going?
good, good.
Dude, you're on a good time frame right now.
Oh, awesome. Honestly, I didn't want to say anything, but no homo. Well, a little homo. I said, I know Chris.
No,
I'm here for you. I
full
deliberately streamed
homo
this
for
hour
me,
for you.
man.
I deliberately, picked this time. Yeah.
Bring it in, bring it in. Full homo for me, man. Come on.
Awesome. Full homo for all. Very good. Well, it's kind of like the fat between you, me, and Totem. It's clearly the that hour. So yeah, awesome.
Yeah. Nah, it's a rare joy because like I pretty much listen to streams all day, and it's rare that I catch an OC stream during like a weekday. I might be lucky to catch it while I'm in the truck, like midday maybe. And then if I do, it's like it's bits and pieces because I'm in and out. So it's like this time frame is good because like this is like nighttime for me, and this is like early morning for you. So yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it, man.
Very good. From now on, we'll stream at this time so that we can accommodate Chris Dubbs. Sounds
No,
like
don't, no, don't do it for me. Like I'm no one, man. But like it's
no.
just
Everybody is someone. Everybody is someone, and we were glad to have you. This is one of the places where you can be yourself. So welcome. And
I'm happy to be here, man. Like I'll call in, no problem, anytime, anywhere. Like it's not a problem at all. Like you're one of the few channels where it's like you can actually call in and like be yourself and shit.
not have to worry about it because no one's going to see it. Exactly. You don't have to worry about your boss.
No, fuck. Well, people see it, but like it's yeah. It's like there's a couple channels that I do want to call into, like Bash and like that stuff, but I don't think they have open they don't have open channels and stuff. Like I would call into Bash or a couple other like DBF if he had. Oh, hold on, sorry, fuck.
Oh yeah, the finger thing. Yeah.
Yeah, if DBF had if he had StreamYards, I call in there like. But it's just hard to like. There's very few channels, so like you're one of the very few channels that you can actually call into, man. But
I'm happy to provide that service because like I said, I wouldn't want to talk to me. I'd rather talk to DBF or Bash, Nostalgia Bash for sure. But unfortunately, we can't call them. They got to call me. So yeah, understandable.
All right, cheers. All right, you're on Aussie drinking time right now, so cheers to you, man.
You're on New Jersey alcoholic drinking time right
now.
now.
It's morning for you, man. It's morning. What are you doing?
Well, hey, listen, when you're in a freaking wheelchair and you really can't go anywhere, and it's like, well, I guess any time can be happy hour. It doesn't matter if I'm awake at night or day. It really makes no difference.
I hear that, man. It's how's the whole wheelchair thing going? Like, was it a big life adjustment? Has it been a smooth transition to that? Like, is it like it's going okay? Like, or like?
It's funny. It's reminiscent. I even said to my shrink, I said, it's amazing how quickly I've turned into my old man. I remember my father had his stroke a few years back, and he had to be in a wheelchair. So because of that, I got used to it. Now, he can walk again now. He had the stroke. His right arm is dead. He can get up and hobble. But when he first had a stroke, he couldn't use a walker because in order to use a walker, you need two hands. His right hand was dead. So we got him a wheelchair, and we pushed him around. And so the wheelchair wasn't, I wasn't planning to be in a wheelchair, but it wasn't totally unfamiliar because of my father's stroke. So I'm like, wow, now I got one. Wonderful. Like father, like son, something I didn't want. But not as much of a transition as you'd think, but I'd like to be out of this wheelchair. I'd like to be walking again.
Yeah. It's like you kind of feel like from like what you were saying before, it's like you kind of felt the weight of it, you saw the weight of it. Like it's not this like, oh my god, like I gotta learn all this new shit. Like it's like you kind of like, for me it would be a completely different situation.
No, plus also one other thing I want to say, forget about my father for a minute. Right now, like my left is healing okay, it's still sore. The right is going to take some time. When I first had this accident, I couldn't stand. When I was in that car crash, and it was middle of the night, 2 in the morning, trying to get out of the car, ice and snow. I tried to stand up. I said, ah. So I know how painful it is. So a wheelchair sucks, but it's better than nothing, because the other option would be I just sort of lay there and you have to get a crane and move me around. So based upon how painful it is for me to stand, it's like, I'm trying to think of an example. Like, no one really wants to wear eyeglasses, but if you're as blind as a bat at this point, I want to be able to see. No one wants a hearing aid, but if you're totally deaf, and this is going to, it's one of these things where no one wants it, but if this is the only way I'm going to get around, because otherwise I'm blind or deaf or can't stand, I guess I got to tolerate it.
It was like you said, like you starting to feel your age, like and that's something I've been noticing too. It's just like pains that
You first, how old are you again? You're 30 something, right?
I'm 33.
Oh,
I'm 33.
give it another 10 years, Bucko.
Like, come on, man. Like, no, don't do that. Don't do that to me, because when I was 23, people that were my age now were saying like, oh, just give it another 10 years, and you can just keep moving the goalposts. Like
I disagree with that. I disagree because
I mean, yeah, like
in my 30s, I would have bounced back quicker. I'm surprised I'm not bouncing back the way I would have 10 years ago. So there's definitely a slowing. And hey, I admit, if someone's 53 years old or 54, they're much worse. So yeah, at least I guess I look on the bright side. At least I'm not in my 50s. Every passing decade, it gets a lot harder and longer to heal. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's like when I saw guys who were 33 in the workforce, and I was like, what, 20, like they were moving slower. They kind of had like that, and I was just like, when I get to that point, like you got to be careful. And it's like now I'm at that point, and it's like I look at guys who are like 40, 50, even 60, and it's like you can really see like I see a lot of guys that are just like deformed, like purely like their backs are permanently bent out of shape, and it's like that's how you got to live now. You know what I mean? Like after a certain age, your body just takes a form that you have no control over. Like I saw a guy, I was walking behind a guy today, and he was moving like a snail's pace, and I was behind him, and I was going I was going at a steady pace, and I overtook him instantly, and it was like, fuck, that's how he has to move now. Like it was like one leg was gone, his back was completely tilted, and it's like that's what's coming. Like it's inevitable. Like I mean, unless you take immense care of your body, like especially stretching and like doing like weights or like keeping active continuously, you could stave off that kind of thing. But if you're like me, like I'm very sedentary, like I'm very like I sit a lot, and I drive trucks, so like my movement is limited. So like I'm already feeling like my back is already like it's turning in, like it's turning in on itself. Like it's just that's what it is. Like so it's like that's what I got.
Well, the guy who was missing a leg, about how old would you say he was?
He'd be like 60, early 60s, early 60s.
Well, how your oldest coworkers? How you got guys in their 60s still driving trucks, or their
Yeah,
70s?
yeah, yeah. I got one guy, full blown alcoholic. He's about the size of a twig. And he's got the shakes. He's still working. Like he's working. Hey, he's still lifting, doing stuff. But I think that's just like when you're in the workforce for like over like 40 years, you kind of build that muscle memory, so to speak. Like you kind of just like, yeah, well, you just do it. Like, but another guy, he's got like he's like a full blown pot smoker all the time, and he does other stuff on the side, and like he's still working, but like his knees will give out. His knees will give out. Like if he goes to pick something up, like if he goes down the wrong way, he can't get back up. Like he just can't. Like and like he's got to like he's got to smack his knees, and like I would come over and help him up, and like and that's just gone. His knees gone. Like he can't do that, and it's just. But he's overweight though. Like that's the thing. I feel like if you can get your weight under control, like you can mitigate a lot of issues. Like that's what I'm trying to do. Like I'm overweight. Like I'm obese, but like I mean the technicalities are kind of weird, but
I wasn't gonna say anything. You do look a little heavier. I maybe the
yeah, no, I am absolutely like I love a good fucking like I've been cutting down my meals a little bit, but like I still drink, but like it's Yeah, like I was pretty bad. Like I would binge eat. Like I used to I binge eating and stuff like that. So I'm trying to cut that out, but fuck, I mean it's hard because like it's a cope. Like it's a cope. Like it's something that like distracts from reality. Like being able to like just eating or something like that. Like when I used to smoke, like when I gave up smoking, the first thing I went to was food. Like it was like sugar, chocolate, like all that shit. Like I went straight to that. So like I went from like being skinny but like coughing all the time and like being like short of breath to like being fat. Like it's just like fuck. It's like just one fucking thing to the next. Like you just can't catch a break.
Well, I know there are people who bury themselves in work. They're
Yeah.
workaholics. And I know
Mm.
some of them might be coping, but there are, there's a belief that there's some. I worked with a guy once at a grocery store overnight. He was damn near 70, and he was set to retire. He had been in the union back in his day when he first started. He could have retired at any time, been set. He didn't need to work, and I think the reason he kept working, sometimes his back would freeze up. I remember thinking, why is this old guy still working? I think he was afraid. He was terrified. Once he stopped, you're like a machine in
Yeah.
motion. Once you stop it, he was afraid he'd drop dead within 6 months. I wonder if some of these older guys, some are, it's necessity, they don't have the money. Others might say, work sucks, but if I retire and sit and lay on the couch, I'll be dead within 6 months. If I got to keep moving. I don't know how true that is, but I work with a guy who didn't have to work but kept pushing himself because I think he was terrified of dying once he stopped, once he retired.
Yep. No, that's 100% true because we had a guy that just retired. And like when a guy says like he's retiring, I picture like you're gonna sit in your house with a train set and you're gonna like let the time pass and like whatever. But this guy was like he had an investment property in a suburb. He had another thing he was working on. He had a caravan that he was working on that he was going to travel with across Australia. And it's like that's the trick. Like it's like he had already pre-planned a whole life after retirement. So it's like when you're like my age, younger, it's like when you hear retirement, you think like your life's over, it's done. You're gonna like just rot for 10 years and then be put in a box somewhere. And it's like you could have a whole other life after that if you look after yourself. Now, this guy that did retire, I would say from an outside perspective, he didn't look after himself technically. He was he drank every night, chain smoker, like always smoking, but his metabolism was like he was fit. Like he outworked for a 67-year-old guy. He outworked guys my age and younger. Like he could load up a truck, get that thing filled up, take it out, take on extra responsibility, all kinds of shit. Like he just had that, and he was smart too. He was switched on, and it's like what the like. But I think it's because he was from England originally.
Ah,
Originally, yep, he was originally from the UK. Came over here, got set up, and I think it's just that old world ethics that came with him. It's just that kind of like you just fucking you do what you got to do to get the job done. So I honestly think for him working in the year like 2020 to 2025 when I knew him, it was nothing. Like but I'm looking at it and people around me are looking at it like fuck, that's a lot of work. But for him, that would have been like nothing. It's like yeah, that's like a weekend nothing like for him because you hear stories from like guys from like from that era, like the 70s, 80s in the UK, and then coming to Australia, like having to do the workload that they had without the machinery and the stuff that we have now. That's fuck. Like we got everything that does everything for us now. So
how long have you been in Australia? Since the 70s, or?
no, he was there since like early 2000s.
Oh, so he was later. So he spent most of his working life in England before coming to
Yeah,
Australia.
yeah, and he worked off the coast of Africa. Like he did some. Oh shit! You know what? Dev Pike, I think might know. There was like a land conflict somewhere near Africa where there was like a lot of like it was in the 80s or 90s where they had a lot of UK residents that worked that territory. I'm annoyed because I can't remember the name of it.
Uh,
But he did
speaking,
like yeah.
No, I hear about the story. You mentioned Dev Pike. He's begging to come on. I'm talking to you right now. I don't want to bring him on while I'm talking to you.
No, I've spoken to Deb Pike before. Like
I'm going to bring him on. What I explained to Danny before is I can't. You're pretty good at this. You understand. When I'm the host, I can't give my attention to 5 people at once. So I do one.
No, I know.
One.
Believe me, I fucking know. Yeah.
Danny seems to think he's being ignored once he isn't immediately addressed. It's like, Danny, you can see him talking to Chris Dubbs. We're going to bring you on in a minute. But this guy, he came to what, Australia when he was in his 50s, I guess. You're telling me?
Well, no, he was 60 odd in 2020, so he would have been in his 40s when he came to Oz.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
And is he still working, or he retired? You don't know anymore.
He just retired last year. Yeah, he's finished. So he's gone up north where it's fucking hot and it's red sand and it's a pile of shit. But he's got a missus here that's like native Australian. That she had the house, she had everything set up. So he just moved into that. So for him, it was a really, really easy transition. But he's got family still in the UK, like kids and all. Like he's got a whole life left over in the UK.
He sounds like a Chad because
he
just gets with a native woman just like that. Sounds like, but honestly, it sounds like he was. I do know this. Australia has the largest number of British expats of any country. When native Britons emigrate out of the UK, Australia is the number 1 destination. And oftentimes it's because they're getting away from either the weather or because they're getting away from something. I'm not saying he's a criminal, but maybe he had, like you said, he owed his child support or whatever, alimony to the ex-wife. He wanted to get away. It sounds like he was trying to get away from something back home in England.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that because there's times where I've seen him and it's like, I feel like he did some, like, I feel like he was in an army or in a regiment or something, like, just because the way he is, like, he's just very, like, bam, 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 like, it just gets the job done. And there's times where I look at him, I was like, did you kill someone? Like, like I don't know, like, I don't want to put that on him, but it's just, there's times where it's like, he's just like that kind of ruthlessness. Like, it's just like, he's very stonewall, very, like, on the job, won't say a lot, only speaks if spoken to. And it's like I don't know, like, it's just, but he's just like, because the way, like, again, I'm trying to remember that country or like whatever that land, because there was a military conflict there.
Rhodesia or somewhere. I'm not sure. I'm guessing. I don't know.
It's probably going to be something I look up after because I cannot remember it, but.
I'm getting another beer, but don't worry. If you want to stick around, I'm going to bring Danny on. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no, go for it, man.
And if Danny comes on and he says, "Where did OC go? Where did Nazi?" You can tell him.
I like that part, man. I love to talk to him. Yeah.
Awesome. I'm glad. Yeah. Like I said, I'm happy to bring him on, but I don't. I think it's rude. I'm talking to you. I'm enjoying the conversation. We're talking.
It's not. It's all online, man.
Like, one at a time. Now he's got to learn some patience, but we'll bring him on now. So.
Yeah, it's cool.
No.
What's that, Danny? How you going, mate?
Not too bad. I don't understand why. There's no reason for a guy like you not to have a woman. That's my analysis. There's nothing wrong with it.
No, okay. Why
it shows you that the market's cooked beyond belief. That's my opinion.
No,
what's wrong with you then? Explain. Nothing. Your face is. You're nowhere near a sub 5. It's not real. I don't care what
the. First of all, my height. I'm 5'7", so my height's already cooked, right? Secondly, I'm over. I'm overweight.
You've got all these arbitrary things. The height.
No. Height's not. Height's a big factor. Like there's many times where I've been around women and I've been told like you're short, like you're just short, like you're a shorty, and it's like. Fuck, like you have to deal with that. But there's also time, like I'm also overweight. That's something that I can fix. Like that's something I
know, but I remember seeing you when you weren't overweight and you were still in the same situation you are. It's irrelevant. But like, you actually proved that it doesn't matter. Overweight, thin, it's the same difference, bro. The outcome's the same. Explain to me in detail, bro. Right?
Yeah, so
you've been thin.
What do you want? Like, what do you want to like sort of isolate on? Like the modern dating market, like, or do you want to like talk about?
No, I'm just saying. You and OC are like a case in point that the market's cooked because you're just normal guys. There's nothing. There's nothing hideous about you. Okay. There's nothing hideous about you or OC. I can't see it. I don't care. It's objective. you're not hideous. There's nothing wrong with it. You're nowhere near a 4 out of 10 or
Well,
whatever. It's
just think like
just average.
Like I don't think anyone I've ever spoken to on this.
So
on
if
this,
so,
like,
so
on-
if we
in-
discount that,
I don't think anyone I've spoken to in this sphere is hideous. Like I don't think anyone like you look at Bash for example. I don't want to drag his name into a conversation that he's not being able to be a part of. But you look at that guy, right? He's missing a tooth. He's like a flubby, schlubby kind of guy, but he has a woman. So it's like you can do it.
no,
Like
the Bash guy is just this looks mint normie again. It's the same thing. He's just
He's not normie,
I don't like
he's
Bash
not.
because he's just
he's autistic as fuck,
Bash is just a troll.
and he'll be
He's
the
an
first
idiot.
to admit. No. Like that's what I
No.
that's what I thought. I thought Bash was a troll at first as well, but he's
No,
not.
he trolls accounts. That's his whole thing.
Yeah, he
went on,
does. Yeah,
he went on this channel and trolled.
He
tried
trolls
to troll
accounts
OC and he-
that are like
not.
genuinely trolls, anyways. Like he'll try.
I don't like Bash is annoying. He's just this
trolls
narky,
Hormax,
low
though.
effort, trolling kind of twat
It's
who's
not
trying to
low
sort of
effort.
say. The problem is that I think he believes that he's above, people that don't have a girlfriend. He's got this kind of anger, this rubbish.
Okay,
So,
okay, Danny. I know you like Aiden. I know you're a follower of Aiden. You mess with Aiden. and whatever, but
Well,
How come
Aiden's a troll as well. So, to a degree.
he's schizophrenic. Like
What?
Like he has schizoaffective disorder.
Yeah.
Like this is you can't just apply the label troll to everyone that is like Bash is autistic. Oh, he's a troll. Aiden.
I'm not going to bash Aiden because
I'm not bashing it.
his disorder. But so the problem is people with this disorder, they use the disorder to justify questionable behavior. Oh, it was that, bro.
What behavior though? Like what? Like
if they're not,
what does Bash have to gain?
let's say if they're a narc,
Bash has barely 200 subscribers on his channel.
yeah, I know he's not. He's not popular, is he? But,
Like he.
no, but what I'm
he's
saying is that
working a
I'm
day
just
job
saying.
cleaning toilets. Where does he benefit? Like where does the benefit come in for him?
Yeah, precisely. Where does the benefit? That doesn't mean he doesn't do it. That's the problem. But also, some of these people. Well, in fact, most of the people that are autistic, quote unquote, a BPD or any label they use, they will use this to justify a really bad narky behavior, using people, trolling people. Oh no, it's because I'm BPD. Nah, it doesn't work like that. You can't pick and choose which.
Who's BPD?
This is where, well, most women, but and then they'll say I'm BPD. Yeah, okay, whatever. No, this is where the grey area comes. This is where the failure of psychology comes in modern day. It's like, yeah, we can excuse all that shit behavior because heard BPD, bro. Yeah, okay. Where do you draw the line?
Well,
Hang on a minute. That guy's just a cunt, right?
Well,
No, that
okay,
guy's just a
I
cunt.
don't
That's the
know where you
problem.
I don't know where you transition from what we're talking about to this. Like, so
Yeah, but I think in
whole-
this manner I mushroom it out to different. Anyway, but you can apply the logic of what I said to Aiden, where sometimes he will do something bad. It's like he's just being a cunt. That's the reality, and you have to. And psychologists have to say, no, you're just being a cunt. You're not BPD or anything. You're just being a cunt. That's it. You've made a decision which benefits yourself purely, which is in line with being a cunt. It's nothing to do with her, I'm BPD, I'm autistic, bro. You're just being a cunt.
yeah,
That's where there's got to be a distinction made. And this same thing is what I'm talking about with women. At some stage, you got to draw a line and say, no, she's just a cunt. There's no, oh, she's just a woman, bro. There's a threshold you pass. She's a cunt. That's it. Otherwise, you get where we are now. Heard the standards go parabolic. 5'9" is a manlet, bro. No, it's the average man. You get all this rubbish because you can't distinguish across that threshold. They're just being a cunt, and it should be stamped out on a societal level. Basically, that's because that's all women respond to. The force and saying, no, actually, you're just a cunt, so you're going to be eliminated. Your behavior will be fucking punched down on a biblical scale. That's what they need to actually happen, but it's not happening. And I don't have the power to enforce it or whatever. I'm just saying the only thing that would actually work is if a hail of shit came down on women who did this crap, crossed the threshold, and then you get this hail of social disapproval. Then they might think about amending their behavior. If you don't have that, you have what we have now. And it'll just get worse.
Yeah. I don't disagree. Like, I mean, like, there's some, like, if you look at, like, Bash or Aiden, like, again, I hate to keep referring, like, I'll refer to myself.
You can like Bash as much as you like. I don't care. It doesn't matter. But I'm just saying, I think he's a troll, and I don't do well with trolls.
He trolls, but he also has autism. Like, it's kind of like, it's up to you as like a third party to kind of.
Yeah, but that's it. But that's the point. At what point?
Yeah, I see the totem comment. Fucking hell. Like.
No, but wait then. So we'll get back to it.
I think
At what point does his behavior not be justified by the autism, and he's just a cunt? You see, that's the point. My line is quite.
Will you both shut the fuck up? I'm autistic, so it's okay. I did that. I'm autistic, so that's okay. It's okay. I'm just watching, enjoying. I'll bring you both back on. I just wanted to say, shut the fuck up, because I'm autistic.
Precisely. Very much that. Where is the line? And if you allow, No, but going back to what you said, I want to hear about this Chad who's older and he was like working like a mule. This is
with Danny. Listen, this guy was a loser in England, but then he moved to Australia, and hey, he got himself an Aborigine chick. So this is a good playbook.
I didn't say he was a loser in England. He's probably a Chad in England as well. He just fucking.
See, Chads just clean up, bro. They just clean up. No, but this is the kind of thing that happens.
His current, I don't want to say it, but like his current wife's like super obese, but like I don't want to say that. But.
Oh shit, he didn't ascend at all.
He did. I mean, he did technically.
It's 2026. Even Chad has to settle for ugly, obese Australian Aborigines.
No, that's the point.
She's
Once
not
you get to the actual standards, it becomes
wait, hold
clear
on.
nothing's happening.
Right. Well, she's not.
I'm sorry. When you said native Australian, I thought you meant. You mean she's a native boy? So he's from England, but he married a native-born Australian woman. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but well, we can say that he wasn't quite a chaser, but it doesn't matter. This is the thing that I've seen with loads of normies. They work really hard, and there's no rationale behind the work ethic. That they're just working out like a horse in an insane fashion and working and work. Yeah, they don't step back and say, "Why am I doing it?" There's no higher level analysis. But what's it for? What?
No, I agree.
They just work with we get like a retard. What?
I agree 100%.
With like a retard energy.
Yes. Yeah.
Just one question: why are you doing it? The wheels totally fall off.
Energy.
The wheels completely fall off, and it's like there's no rationale. They're doing it like an automaton, like an animal. There's no. Yeah. There's no prefrontal cortex going on.
That was my biggest grief, was because he would have Todd energy working, and when he retired and left, I had to take his role.
Yeah,
but I don't have Todd normie energy. Like I'm like very introverted. I'm very thoughtful. Like I'm like, I don't know if you know parabolic decline. Like he's very challenging to shit. Like I'm like that, but I have to scale it back. I can't be myself. Like I can't be that person in the workplace.
This is the killer. That's the norm. That's the level you've got to get to. This is the killer. Yeah. This is why people like you and me can't get on, because I'm stepping back. Am I putting this level of energy into something that has no payoff? The pay is minimum wage or some bizarre amount, which doesn't even feed you or clothe. It doesn't. It houses you in the minimum possible. What's the rationale behind this retard energy? You've got to reach the level of the retard, effort-wise. Otherwise, you're seen as nothing. You're seen as worthless. You're worth nothing. Yeah, unless you reach this retard energy level. Yeah, and output.
Oh, well, I agree. But look, you have to dumb yourself down.
No. But it's a simultaneous. No. But it's not just a dumbing down. It's a simultaneous dumbing down and then the increase in energy and effort. you've got to have this crazy level
You
of
don't have
effort,
to.
right?
Wait. You don't have
To
to
reach the
work
normies
more.
level. Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
physically, you don't have to work. Actually, if anything, you work physically less because society rewards ineptitude and like retardedness. So if you're kind of like,
Yeah, I know, but
I don't know
their
what I'm
level of effort is
doing,
huge, right?
like
Yeah. That's
if you
right.
don't
But
know what the fuck you're doing, you get looked after. It's fucking bizarre. I don't get it. I fucking hate it, but I lean into it.
yes, that's true. But you've
I
got to
don't want
reach
to
a
be
certain
that
level of
person.
effort,
Yeah.
right? You've got to reach a high level of effort because these normies,
Mentally,
they work like a horse.
mentally.
Yeah. You've got to reach that retard level, otherwise you're eliminated. That's the hell of it. Even in the lowest
you
jobs.
just have to play the fucking game. Like you got to play
That's
the
true.
fucking game with these people. Like it's like if you go in there like parabolic decline or like whatever the fuck, and you go in there and you try to call the shots and point out shit that's wrong, and you or that's fucking stupid. That wouldn't work. This is why we're failing. Blah blah blah. You're gonna be ostracized. You're gonna be treated like shit. You're gonna be fucking like left to dust. You're going to be given more work. You're going to work harder because you feel like you have to fill a fucking need, and then they're going to see that you're what's the word? Like that you're capable. So they're going to give you
You're
more
useful.
shit. Yes. So if you prove that you're useless, that you don't know what the fuck you're doing, that you can do the bare minimum, and then half of that, your life is so much fucking easier. It's stupid. I fucking hate
found
it.
out
I
that,
don't get it, but you just do it because that's what it is, and it's actually easier.
Because you can execute the job, right?
You can exploit the job. You can exploit the like. That's what everybody else is fucking doing. People like us we're late to the fucking game. I'm late to the game.
I understand that. But
It's like when I'm
walking
walking around the workplace and I see a bunch of Taiwanese and Sudanese guys doing fuck all on their phones, putting away half the amount of stock that I could do in a fucking day, and I'm going, why the fuck am I doing 3 times the amount of fucking work? That's when you know you're fucking behind in the game.
Well, actually, hold on. I'm gonna jump in and say something real quick. Dubs, I hear what you're saying, but I think Chads are given a pass, foreigners are given a pass because this. Whereas an ugly native guy, whether Australian in your case, American in mine, is held to higher standards, and in fact, because the boss man can't crack the whip on Chad or the Sudanese guy or the Thai guy or whatever, he's cracking it extra hard on the ugly degenerate or ugly disjected or whatever we're looking for, the ugly failure native.
Dysgenic.
So you're bringing like a rate.
Dysgenic too. Dejected, dysgenic.
No, that's it. The white guy gets has to be super productive, etc.
Okay,
But I get what
that
Doug's
means if that's true, you can't play the game the way the foreigners who get a pass, because God forbid they say they're racist, or the Chad who's a joke on paper, but is like they want to prop him up because he's Chad. You can't play the game the way they can. Yeah, the rules don't apply to you the way they apply to others playing the same game.
Okay, well, you're bringing the racial element into it.
Well, you're the one
Which is
who
always there.
these guys.
No. Okay. From my
also the women get a pass as well. So you've got all these people that get a pass.
No, I agree. Dan.
Okay, from my lived experience, I've never experienced I've seen white schlubby fucking fuck up bogans that get treated like they get the gold carpet rolled out for them.
Yeah,
All the
but was
time.
it nepotism?
Okay?
Was it nepotism?
No,
Did they know people?
No nepotism. They had no prior knowledge of the workforce that they were entering into. They were just fucking bogans. Like they were just like, yeah, I'm just gonna take an extra fucking 10 minutes of my break, smoke, fucking whatever the fuck, talk footy. Like I've never seen a racial like they get treated the exact same as the dumb fuck Sudanese motherfucker or the Taiwanese or whatever, the Vietnamese. They all get treated the same. The defining issue is the IQ element, not the fucking racial element. It doesn't matter what the like if you are low IQ, slow to learn, because at the end of the day, workforces, they need to fucking hire people, and they have an incentive to hire people, and the work pool that want to get hired is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Like I hear it all the fucking time. It's getting to the point where they're literally going outside of the country to like. There's a company that I deliver to, where the the person that runs it, he will go to Thailand to find people to bring
Shit.
back to Australia, to work in Australia, rather than try to find the few that are
Shit.
wanting to
That's
work
crazy.
in Oz, native born. Yes, people
That's
don't want to work
crazy.
anymore, and I don't blame them. I don't blame
That's
them.
a real shortage. That's a genuine shortage then.
Yes. I don't think it's a shortage. I just think it's a lack of incentive. People don't want to get involved in something that they're not going to get anything out of. I'm not going to get anything out of working for I'm a fucking moron. Like, I'm going to work for 30 years, and what I'm going to get, like, I'm not going to be able to get a house. I might be able to get a car that I can live out of maybe in the future. But everything else just goes to copes and degeneracy. They're like, that's it. Like, that's all I can get. I've been told by the banks that, like, you're not going to get a house. You're a single male earning a single income, and you've had no prior loans to your name, because crazy fucking me thought that looking after the car that I have, a $2,000 piece of shit, and maintaining that was a good idea, instead of getting a $20,000 fucking loan for a car that would build my credit up, and then I could get a home loan. Nobody fucking told me that shit. So
what about a small loan? Just get a small.
Actually, I'm going to cut him off for a minute. I have a question. Now, Dubs, I love you. Please don't feel like this is an attack.
No, go.
Because you were talking about these loans you can't get and this and that. I'm going to play devil's advocate. Are you kind of coping in a way? Coping in the sense that, oh, I'll work, but I'll play the game the way the Bogans do, or the way the Sudanese do. Because my question, like, the Sudanese, where do they live? They're not from your country. They don't have any connections to your country. How are they able to live and survive and get cars and things like that? And you can say, well, maybe they're poor, so a $2,000 piece of shit is a step up for them. But effectively, what I'm trying to say is, how are these people surviving? They just came to your country. You, a native born, struggling alone, do all this work, have nothing to show for it. And it's almost like, yeah, I just got to play the game right. I'm trying to make the argument that could that be seen as a cope, and maybe, you're not in the same class as the Sudanese that they throw money at and turn a blind eye to, or the Chad, or even the Bogan who's connected. I'm trying to play devil's advocate. So what say you? And I'll bring Danny back on in a minute. I want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, no, there's a massive cultural element to it as well. Like, if I've spoken to a lot of Sudanese and Taiwanese, Vietnamese guys in the workforce. There's a massive cultural family element to it. Typically, they will stick together as long as they can in family situations. So mothers, fathers, grandparents, kids, nieces, cousins, everyone, they share one house. Every bit of income that they make is divided among them all, and they purposefully make sure that their offspring are set up for life. Like, that is a big fucking priority. And, like, I'm not, like, trying to diss my parents or anything like that. I'm just saying they didn't try to set me up or anything like that. But as you know, like, in Western culture, it's like, the bird has to shoot the nest. Like, once you're of age, you got to make it on your own. But the problem is that old world mentality hasn't kept up with the current economic state of things as they are now. Like, it's like, okay, you go and make it on your own.
Wait, stop! You're on a roll. When you say old world mentality, you mean the old style mentality of Australia. So if you're a white native born Australian, you were told this and that by your parents. You got to move out at a certain point, maybe get on your own, establish yourself, etc., etc., etc. Whereas these foreign groups, they live like, big families to a little house, but they don't give a shit because it's better than their life in Sudan or wherever the fuck.
Yes.
And you're the one who's at the disadvantage because of this shit. And they're flourishing in your country because of the way they live. And you were kind of fucked by your own parents and your own society the way it told you to live. And I'll bring Denny back on.
Why have I been eliminated? Fuck.
No, it's the same here in America. It's the same in America, and I presume England. We'll ask Dan.
Oh, yeah.
That is interesting, yeah. They've got the same thing as the Indians. They stick together. The costs are way lower. Do you know what HMO is? House of multiple occupancy. They just shove like sardines. They're all packed in there, right?
Yeah,
it's a good idea, but it economically works. But people want their independence, bro. I want my own place, bro. We're in this hyper individualistic hell, right?
Yeah.
Whereas those cultures are not. They're the complete opposite. They're what we should be, right? In fact, they show us what we should be. Sharing.
I'm going to jump in. I like the first part. Hyper individualistic hell. I like that, Danny. Well said. I disagree with the whole they're the way we should be. That I disagree with. I think our system was the best The problem is, and as Dub would tell us, if you can walk away if you need a bathroom break or something. The problem is, and this is true throughout the Western, the white established world, people like Dubs' employer who go to Thailand to import people for that almighty dollar or that almighty pound. They have no qualms bringing in foreigners, non-white people, into their native land because, I can bring a bunch of Thais, stick them in a house here, and I get a bunch of a cheap labor force. It's great for their perspective, but they're ruining the country. I like the way you say hyperbolic, what was that word? Hyper-individualistic hellhole. But I think our system actually was the best if we didn't have this foreign element of pollution that's been encouraged in part by governments and employers. It's my personal take.
Also, you could say that the government has unlimited power. They could eliminate eliminate.
We're going to cut him off for a minute. Hello, Parker Peters. We're joined now by Chris Dubs in Australia and Danny Dev Pike in England. Continue, Danny. But you understand the point? I'm listening. I like your idea of we're hyper-individualistic, but I disagree with the whole we should be the way they are. No, we should not have to tend to a house in our own fucking countries to compete with a bunch of fucking foreigners who don't belong here in the first place. I disagree.
To your point, I don't agree with them doing it in our country. I'm saying they show us the way we should be. We should be more communal. We should be have more people in houses together, in families, large families.
I agree.
I'm not talking about them. I'm saying that use them as a template of what we should have.
Yep.
Larger families, less atomization of the family, etc., etc. But what I'm saying about the government could stamp it out immediately, by the way. They have the power, they have ultimate power to immediately stamp out this element of him bringing, because it is purely just, because also he doesn't pay them the minimum wage, he just pays them nothing. They're under the books. There's all this sleight of hand going on, right? They're not even counted as employees, etc. You can do loads of accounting tricks, which I know about because I do account. They don't exist, yeah? They're an alien.
Well, one good example of that, Deb, was a lot of the Taiwanese, a lot of the Vietnamese guys. They would have obviously they got their own language, so they have their own little clique. And what would happen is
an occupational clique. They had a clique on the job. The greatest workforce.
I knew you were gonna fucking chime in with that. But no, they had their own little clique, so they would be speaking Vietnamese all day, every day. And what they were doing was we have these little
common trick. Yeah, common trick.
Yeah, we have these punching time cards. So the Vietnamese would work exclusively the afternoon shift. So all the Westerners would go home, they would do their own thing. And what the Vietnamese would do is that they would have one guy clock everybody in and out after a certain time, but everybody else would go home. Like those Vietnamese workers who should be at the factory would go home. They would be gone.
These people are jokers, man.
They would be gone. No, they would go home.
If you know that, I'm assuming the management knew that as well, but they turned a blind eye. Could you imagine if a couple of your buddies said, "Hey, man, we want to take the day off and go partying. We'll give you a few bucks, punch us in and out." You'd be fired, but they get away with it. No one says anything. Hence my point. They're allowed to play the game differently. The rules apply differently to them than to you. What?
Because they've been paid $1 on the hour.
The manager in this context is an old, like, 2 heart attack, stroke ridden boomer who doesn't give a fuck as long as the job gets done. He doesn't give a fuck. So what these guys can do is they can clock out whenever they want. They can go to McDonald's. They can do whatever the hell they want. They can come back to work. It doesn't matter what they do, as long as the quota gets done. So what they would do is they would act like the quota needed to be an extra 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours more than it ever needed to be. So they would rack up that overtime, and you're getting paid time and a half, sometimes double.
So they're fixing the game both ways. They're doing less work and then they're getting...
Well, that's what I'm...
I'm curious. You're saying the Vietnamese themselves would dictate the quota? I mean, that's
yes. Yes, because here's the thing, right? There is a massive disconnect between the front office, like the white collar kind of type people.
Yeah, connect it and start filming. By the way, connect it and start filming these cunts. Shop these cunts in. They're taking the piss.
No, but they put cameras in the warehouse now. They put cameras. It was only a development that happened like last
By the way, this happened in a job. This happened in a job, yeah. There was a Polish clique, yeah. They said we speak Polish. Or something. They started just speaking Polish. I said, I know Polish, bro.
Continue your story in a minute. I saw this on a side note. You and I say click. I would pronounce, occupational click. Canadians say clique, which I always thought was because of the French. Even though they're English, like my shrink, he's Canadian. Even though they're English speaking, they're influenced by the French. But apparently the British, so the British and Canadians say clique. Americans and Australians say click, which is odd because the British and Australians tend to be more joined. Canadians tend to copy us, but apparently you and I say click. Canadians,
I've been watching too much OC. I've been watching.
You would say click. I've always said click. It's a click.
But okay, I would always say click. But.
Click. Yeah, I know it's click. And sorry, on the side. Continue your Polish story in a minute. Okay, so Canadians and the British don't understand. Fortunately, Americans and Australians, if what you're saying is true, at least on the West Coast, still speak English. Tell us about the Polish. Go ahead. By the way, if I have to deal with foreigners, I'd rather deal with Polish than fucking Sudanese. But that's all they're cannibals.
They're cool. Yeah, cool,
I probably agree. But if they're trying to, basically, I let them know, if you're trying to use this language rubbish against me, bro, it ain't gonna work. You basically have to put a flag in the ground and say, if you try this Polish crap, talking a language I don't understand, it ain't gonna work. But because
what are you gonna do? Like, what are you gonna do?
That's the thing. By the way, it's normally level rubbish again. All they respond to is, "I'm bigger than you. Fuck off." And I am literally bigger than you, because I'm 100 kilos, and I said, "Okay, mate, I want to learn Polish." And also, I told him "Dzień dobry," which is hello in Polish. Back to the cunt.
Do widzenia. I'm right here. No, yeah, do svidania is Russian. Do widzenia is Polish. I'm right here. Doggo pill supremacy. I'm sorry. Continue your Polish story. Sorry.
Why do they always try this pathetic thing like it's an edgelord kind of, we've got one over you, bro? No, you haven't. Fuck off. Basically, that's what you do. You say,
it is a form of soft mogging when you're like the only English speaker in like a crowd of 10 and they're all speaking Vietnamese. Like it's like, it is a flex. Like, it's like we have this secret language that you don't fucking know, and we're calling it.
What you have to do in that environment, learn Vietnamese, and then start speaking it back to them, and say, basically, I know Vietnamese. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work.
All I do is I just go up to them and I say, like, I know what you said. Like, I just call their bluff, and it's kind of like funny.
No, but they can call your bluff by saying, okay, what did I say, etc. Just
they never do.
Well, I'm going to say, in both cases, do they look down on you? The Polish say, he's a native-born Briton, he's working with us. Or Dubs, we're from Vietnam, this guy's working with us, he's a loser. And even your fellow white Australians say, oh, you're working with... In other words, both groups hate you. Your fellow Aussies say, you're working with a bunch of fucking foreigners. And the foreigners say, man, you're a white native-born Aussie and you're working here? This guy is clearly not to be taken seriously. I'm going to ask you both, because I felt that when I've worked with foreigners as an American.
I've gotten that from Aussies as well. Like, there's a very, like, in this culture, there's a very, like, if you're not working in the fucking mines, you're a pile of trash. So,
by the way, the act of them using that language is what you just said.
Oh, fuck it.
But like, them trying to use that language of them predominantly speaking Polish in front of you is exactly what OC just said. It's negative. It ain't positive.
I do believe there is a malicious component to it. Like, I don't believe they're just like, oh, we just happen to be talking our language, and you just happen to be. Like, there are times where it's like, I'll hear them speaking English, and then I will enter into their vicinity, and then it goes instantly to fucking Vietnamese. It's like,
well, that's it then. So,
like, what the fuck? Like,
but that's the point though. Because then they can't say, oh, you're being aggressive, bro. That's the angle. You're being aggressive, bro, by fronting them out. You're speaking the language. It's already a punch. It's already a punch. They've already made a move, right? So you've got to counter it. That's essentially what it is. Anyway, going back to my point about what was I saying about the what were we saying about the
Polish people?
The homes, and then
yeah, like the
and them paying them less. The government has ultimate power. The government is enabling what OC hates about the foreigners and especially regarding labor rights and the movement of labor. They're encouraging it by their inaction. They have the power to just say any foreigner found on your fucking premises, I'm going to give you a £1 million fine. How many companies would do it then? Oh, hang on, 0, by the way. 0 would do it, right? If you give a huge stick, if I find one foreigner on your soil that's illegal, you're getting a £1 million fine on a medium-sized business. It will eliminate the business immediately. They're cooked. Yeah? If you have that level of a stick, no one's doing it.
That might have been true at one point in time, but things that were so far beyond that now wouldn't work because we're a nation of immigrants, bro. Not just America, Australia, and even England were nations of immigrants. I think it would be much more challenging. Yes, at one point in time, decades ago, that could have been the right alternative. It's too late now.
Why? Give me a reason why. OC, give me a reason why. It's only a ban.
I'll give you a great example. And you're the one you criticized Trump. Okay, you criticized Trump for the whole build a wall shit. And you're right. Now he's trying to do with ICE. What he's trying to do with ICE in Minnesota probably ultimately will fail because there are just too many immigrants to do what he wants to do successfully. If someone had done this 40, 50 years ago, maybe it would have worked, but it's too late. So the whole, I'm going to fine you, I'm going to come after you, your business. It's just there's too many immigrants, there's too much of a backlash now that it won't,
explain how it hasn't worked. There's a lot of furor about it.
It doesn't work like this, Dev. Like, you can't just... I'm just gonna fucking whack a million. The scope
it does.
of the government does not.
The government has ultimate power.
The government also understands that you need shit running. You need function. The government understands that there's a lot of bullshit happening. Bullshit. Yeah. There's just happening under the fucking table. They understand this.
Yeah.
That's
No, I'm going to give you a quick example. Let's say the government decides we were better off with horse-drawn carriages. That was a much better world. Let's go to horse-drawn carriages again. Okay, overnight, let's go back to horse-drawn carriages. Anyone driving an automobile is getting arrested. There are so many automobiles out there that people would naturally defy this law. We don't even know what a horse-drawn carriage is anymore. Once you get past a certain point, you can't go back. When you're past that point of no return. So even if the government demanded we all go back to horse-drawn carriages and it made a few isolated cases of arresting or shooting someone for driving a car, there's too many people with too many cars to ever go back to that. And it might sound like a weak analogy, but it's what Dubs is saying.
Yes,
we're
right.
Past the point of no return.
You've crossed the threshold. You've crossed the threshold. You've crossed the threshold. You can't just fucking have daddy government come in and say well, I'm going to fucking smack $1 million fine on you because you fucking loiter, you're doing this and that. It's it doesn't work. You can't do that anymore because everything would fucking shut down. Every single fucking industry would be gone.
And in my analogy, okay, can't drive a vehicle anymore. Okay, someone needs to go to the hospital. We got to get the horse-drawn carriage. Well, sorry, we don't have a horse-drawn carriage, and we're not allowed to use the ambulance anymore. In other words, there's just too much saturation that it wouldn't work. Well said.
I work in trucking, so I go to a bunch of places every day, all day. It sucks, and every single fucking place is exactly like the place that I originate from. Okay. They're filled with immigrants. It's filled with fucking policies that should be enforced, should be monitored. A lot of pollution stuff, a lot of stuff like that, a lot of HR violations. You see it. You say nothing because nothing's gonna come of it. It's a waste of time. We're past that point. We like to cling to that idea that this is how it should be.
That's true.
A fair and just that's blue pill shit.
Yeah, but you
got to move past that fucking shit.
Okay, so I was thinking that if you did enforce that, then the indigenous population would have to step up and fill the gap. But you're saying that
the indigenous
the gap would be too wide to fill, and it would take too long. And it, like you said, everything would. What about a phased? What about incentivizing? Naturalized citizens to get a job. But how could you do that? You can't pay them.
They don't need to. They don't need to anymore. They can bring in whoever they want, whenever they want. Like I said before, you got employers actively going out of their way to go to Thailand, to go to Vietnam, to bring people back. It's the inverse now. It's the people that should be sitting back and having resumes flooded into them, they're the ones that are going out of their way to find people on trips. It's fucking insane. But that's what
Yeah,
it's.
and hookers, right? He's getting hookers
Yeah,
and he's
of course. Like I didn't have to say that. Like
and that's what OC does every weekend.
that's what I'm gonna do every week. Well,
Well, he probably does that while he's there for fun. But what Dubs is seriously saying has nothing to do with escort maxing or what's it called, passport bro. He's talking about, and again, these white Australian business owners don't give a shit that they're flooding their country with foreigners. They don't give a fuck. They're just happy to have that cheap labor. And I remember like they were saying like, if all these Mexicans were sent home, these businesses would fail. Well, it means that these businesses aren't really profitable on their own. So we have a weird system where we depend upon foreign, like you said, we say in American, we say under the table or off the books, foreign. So we have a whole system based upon this. And Dubs is right. The government kind of knows this deep down and realizes we actually need this, to keep functioning, keep the oils.
If you're in a workforce and you talk to an Aussie, right, they're gonna tell you my labor laws, my smoko, my fucking lunch break. All right, no, it's true, right? My overtime, my double time, right? They're gonna like if you go to an Aussie and you talk about work, that's what they're gonna say. If you talk to a Vietnamese person, they're gonna say, like they're gonna fucking go to work Saturday, Sunday. They're gonna work 12 hours that day. They're not gonna complain. They're not gonna say fucking shit. They don't understand that we spent the last 100 years trying to build a labor union, a labor force that we would have rights for children in the workforce, hours, etc., etc. They don't give a fuck. They're coming in at 3 o'clock in the morning. They're doing a 16-hour shift. They're heading back home. They're tending to their 7 kids. They don't give a fuck. I'm telling you, that's what it is.
Also, they take all the money home as well.
Yes, because a lot of these people have figured out a way to get around the tax stuff as well. That's a whole nother
Bitcoin, etc., etc.
There are 2 comments I want to address, and I want to hear your guys' opinions. This is dog pill supremacy. He's in Finland. Governments want immigrants, companies want immigrants, even the left. I think he means the right. The right's usually anti-immigrant, but everyone wants immigrants, even ends up harming the native working class. Exactly. And Totem, Swede living in Norway. Maybe he feels it means something to him because he's Swedish but lives in Norway, so he's technically an immigrant, even though there's very little difference. But the point is, isn't it fascinating that a country could do well before immigration, but now we need them? Yeah, but there was a time when the white birth rate, the white native-born birth rate was much higher. Like people would have a dozen kids. Several would die in childhood. But you'd have a much larger white native-born population. So this is where feminism and the destruction of the family come in. So I agree with what Totem is saying, but for different reasons. And the whole system is predicated, as Dogpill is saying. You can disagree with me, but go ahead.
There's one thing I want to bring up with Totem's statement. The country could do well before immigration. We've always had immigrants. We've had Irish, English. We had the I think it was the 5-pound, the 50-pound palm, where it was like we'd had English folk come over with 50 pounds.
Oh, and don't forget the don't forget the convicts. The convicts, the really early.
Oh, I mean, yeah, well, that's going way back. But like, if you're talking like 1900s, we've always had immigrants. It was just that those immigrants were the deal was you show up, here's your bit of land. Here's your bit of land, but you have to fucking assimilate. You have to learn a trade. You have to contribute to an overall society. And we'll leave you the fuck alone. I can look at my great granddad and my granddad, and I like my grandma. She'll show me pictures. Like it's like, oh my fuck, like he came over 50 pounds and he built this little, and it's like this whole property it built out on a giant block of land. Did he know shit? Fuck no. But he learned a trade, and he just went with it. So there was this incentive structure because at the time, you coming off of World War II, you kind of want to be a prominent figure in the coming century. So it's like you want capable people. Now we're in 2026. There is nothing ever happens. So now we're in this stage where it's like bring whoever the fuck you want in. They can do DoorDash, truck drive, work factory jobs. It doesn't fucking matter because there's no
Law. Yeah,
competition. There's no global competition because we are an economic thing. We're just an economic plug among other economic plugs. Like that's all it is. So we don't need the best of the best to come in and make a name for it. And this is why I have so much trouble talking to boomers at work because it's like they still think it's 1979 and they got fucking like Sweet Home Alabama playing on the fucking radio. It's like it doesn't fucking work like that anymore. It's like, well Chris, why don't you go up to the mines and make a name for yourself? And why you do this? And why it's like because I get nothing fucking from it. Like I won't benefit. I will be working twice as much as I'm working now.
for the same thing.
I'll make a pittance more. I'll make more money. Fuck yeah! Like if I went to the mines, like I've thought it. Like I live in WA. Like it's the mining capital like of the fucking world. Like we give so much shit to China. Like you think I haven't thought about that? But it's like the amount of extra cash that I will get for the amount of effort that I will put in. It's like
It's pathetic.
fuck that. Like you're doing 2 weeks in a fucking 42-degree like Celsius fucking weather shithole with Rama-Ramas running around, and you come back and you're fucking like, okay, the boomers will say, well, just take that money and go to Thailand and just fuck Thai hookers for a whole week, and that's it. I was like, how long are you gonna fucking do that for? You're gonna do that for 30 fucking years? Like you're gonna do that for 10 years, 5 years? Like
It's
that's
the whole
how you
mentality. Just do the work, bro. Just do the work.
Yeah.
It's like a march. Just do the work. Just
And
do the work.
And that's the thing. But that's the thing because the boomers, and it just goes back to like the English guy that just retired. Like in his timeline, in his time frame, he could just do the work because
And then
just
buy a house
doing
in 2 years. Yeah, and then
he
buy
had
a
like
house
multiple
in 2 years.
fucking houses. He
Yeah.
had a house in the UK, and he had a house here.
They just can't do the maths. The reality is they just can't do the maths.
They will
When you lay out the maths, they shut up, by the way, because I've done it multiple times. When you lay out the maths, they go, they haven't got anything. Their argument's predicated on them being an idiot. That's the reality of it. That's why you must eliminate all boomers from your life.
It's ignorance. It's ignorance because
It's a combination of
if they were honest with themselves, they would feel empathy for people. They would feel empathy for people like me and whatever. And they would have to actually reconcile with the fact that they're like them sitting on properties that are going up 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, 400,000 a year is actually negatively impacting the rest of us because now those people, the boomers, have bought into a system that incentivizes
it's self-interest again.
Commercialization of housing. Whereas millennials like me and Zoomers and
Do you think boomers are the biggest narkies, biggest generational narkies? I think they are. The self-interest is overwhelming.
They gotta be like just because
the self-interest is overwhelming.
Well, I got to imagine now that they're aging, even if they're oblivious to what's going on, when they go for their doctor's appointments, do they not look around the hospital and see all the Filipinos or the Sudanese or whatever the hell? Do they not think, gee, it wasn't like this when I was a kid? I mean, they've got to have some basic understanding, and I think they go into denial mode when they say, go work in the mines.
They don't. They love that shit. When Rakisha and Shakisha come up to them and fucking pat their beds and wheel them around in the shopping malls, they love it. They don't give a fuck. They have one.
If they're receiving, that's true. That's true.
They have
that's
at life.
But that's a good point. They're so into themselves and them winning, right? That they don't give a fuck.
Yes.
That's the angle. That's the only way I can see it. They're so into themselves. We're winning, bro. We're winning. I don't give a fuck. That's why they're the biggest generational narkies, because you can see it in their behavior. We're winning, bro. I'm hoarding more and more, and and it's not my fault that it's decaying around me. No, that's something else, right? They've made a distinction. It's over there. It's not my doing. What I'm doing doesn't impact that. No. But I must have more and more and more, and all the behavior is around. I want more. I'm keeping it, and it ain't go. And also, you can see it by the behavior of the companies that you're talking about, right? Which are owned by boomers. It's the same angle over and over again.
The irony is, a lot of the Vietnamese, the people that they bring into these workforces, they are the first ones to betray them. They're the first ones to say, "Fuck you! I found a better opportunity. I'm bailing out. I have no loyalty to you." Yeah. The irony, like the thing is, like people like me and like the people that have been there 10, 15, 20 years who are Australian, they're the ones that will say like, the company's on hard times right now. I can accept that I can't get paid as much. I understand, like,
Have you accepted reductions? Have you accepted reductions in pay?
No, fuck no. I would never, it's not legally allowed. Like, you can't legally do that.
But you just said that. No, but basically, what companies do is they just reduce your hours. A reduction in pay is just reducing your hours.
No. What I was saying is they understand why they can't get more. So they're on a set pay. They want more.
You're talking about, but you
like
get
a pay rise, like a pay rise.
But you get into the argument where you are being reduced in pay because if you don't meet with inflation, your real-time wages are basically
technically,
So they are basically
overall. But like if you're talking like legally, like it's not like you're not saying like, hey buddy, we're dropping your pay down 75 cents this year. Like
but everything happens in real terms, right? So you are dropping your pay. If inflation goes up and you're not,
they don't give a fuck about that. Like they don't care about that.
No, I'm not like, saying
if you mention inflation, rent, mortgage, interest to any.
By the way, I'm not.
I think what Danny I think is saying is that effectively it's the same as taking a wage cut. Even if they're not actually cutting your wages because of inflation, your set pay rate for the next several years, even though it doesn't change, even though they don't literally cut it, it's the same as having a cut because when inflation factors in, you're making less than you were, even if it's the same dollar amount.
I know what he's saying.
Also, it's worse than that because they're aware. By the way, I don't agree with you. They're aware of the inflation. They know they're fucking you. They know they're not meeting the inflation.
Yes, they absolutely.
It's not. So it's a narky move again. So then we go into a narky move again. That's why they're the most narky generation because they're doing all these tricks which aren't very intelligent and anyone can see a mile off. If inflation's rising and I don't meet the inflation, I'm losing money. You're not fooling anyone by doing that.
Deb, that's the conversation I have to have with my landlord every fucking 6 months. Is we're raising the rent. We're raising the rent. And it's like, bitch, my fucking pay hasn't gone up. Like you wanna fucking raise it up 10, 20, 30, $40. And that might not seem like a lot, but like that adds up. And
over a year that's gonna be like over years.
When I first moved in to where I'm at now, I'm paying nearly double what I am now.
Oh shit.
And I feel it. Yeah, I do feel it. And
in how long? 10 years?
No, I'm lucky. I am one of the lucky ones because when I moved in here, it was 2017.
So it's been in 10 years. So it's doubled in 10 years.
But that's it. No, it hasn't doubled. It's gone up. Like it's nearly double. It's nearly there.
Well, it doesn't matter. I don't care about specifics, but you care about specifics.
I do care about fucking specifics because I have to manage my fucking finance.
Well, specifically, how much of a pay raise have you received since 2017?
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Since 2017, I've gotten an extra $5 an hour.
So what, like 20%?
But 20%. Now what I'm doing is
that's not great, is it?
Because I didn't say that. You're assuming. I'm doing a lot of overtime now. On top of
you just said you got $5 an hour more from 2017. That's what I'm assuming. That's what everything's based on. Yes. What the percentage? I'm just doing a mental calculation. I don't know. What is it then? More, less than that? 10%.
You know what I'm gonna say? I live comfortably. I live comfortable. I live comfortably for a single guy in a rental.
Yeah.
I have more. Like I have food that is expiring right now that I
And you
haven't
don't-
like touched because I just bought it. Like I have money to throw at. Like I have all I have is copes. That's all I fucking have is
Yeah.
copes.
But what?
Okay.
So
I would rather have a fucking partner and build something with that. A
bingo.
partner. You know what I mean? Like that's what I would. But it's not in the cards
That's the
right
bit.
now.
Yeah, but that's the bit that society's kind of is very strange, bizarre in it. There's a kind of willful ignorance of the needs at a biological level of most men. It's like this bizarre thing that they're not. That doesn't affect them in a great way. It's insane. It's absolutely
not,
bizarre. I don't understand how. How do you understand the human condition or pretend to be human if you don't understand that there's a very large drive by a man to have that element? It's insane. It means that everyone else is lying, in my opinion, because it's such an obvious truth in your face. It becomes faintly ridiculous to believe anything anyone's. If they prescribe to this thing that you're not owed sex, bro, it's not important. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't relate to the actual experience. It's ridiculous.
I mean, they've changed like the whole hierarchy of needs and everything. It's
No, but that's the point. They've changed it for their own ends, but the reality, the biological reality, remains the same.
Oh, wait, what are their ends? I mean, you could say, people say, the government's encouraged women to work because they wanted twice as many taxpayers. But of course, women aren't becoming truck drivers or construction workers in any great, masses. And a lot of guys are dropping out or not giving a shit or can't get a woman. So this is where the immigrant factor comes in. So we put women in the workforce to destroy the traditional family to then justify the importation of foreigners. What is the end goal?
I don't prescribe to these conspiracy theories. I won't prescribe.
It's not really a conspiracy theory. I'm asking you what your opinion is. Do you think it just happened organically? You're the one who said government is all powerful. The government controls everything. So this must be government policy based upon your argument.
It is. Just look into political science. The buck stops with the government. It has ultimate power within the jurisdiction it resides in. That's the fundamental law of foreign relations, right? So, but what I'm saying before about, I don't prescribe to the conspiracy because when you get into this area, people spout off, oh, the clergy. No, I don't care. Well, I do care, but I'm just saying it's all, there's no facts. It's just all conjecture. It might be that conspiracy, bro. It might be that. No, I don't care because I do.
In fairness, everything we've talked about here is in part conjecture.
the first thing I would like to say is I wish the government had some fucking power, but evidently it doesn't. And the second thing is, like, there's this massive cope situation where it's like, like people are dropping out of the workforce. The power is going to be cut out in 10, 20, 30, like you hear this from Raymond a lot where he goes on about, women, what are you going to do when the power cuts out in 20 years? It's like, they don't give a fuck, bitch. They don't give a fuck. They would love the power to cut out. Not that it is going to happen, but they would fucking love that. Women would love nothing more than to sit.
What I was, in fairness, what I was talking about more in a general sense is not about power cutting out or what are women going to do. I'm talking about a changing social dynamic where, like Totem was saying, we didn't need we had immigrants. We need this degree because we had more of a healthy population. The white native born population declines. Putting women in the workforce doesn't increase productivity. Instead, it leads to the necessitation of importation of cheaper labor. So it's all interrelated.
Well, they don't need to increase anything. We're at a stasis. We're at a level where we can maintain. Like, we don't need to increase shit. Like, nothing is increasing. We're at a stasis level. We're at a point where it's like we have the population that exists currently in whatever country you're in, And the people that do come in, they don't take up a lot of space, they don't take up a lot of time, and they don't take up a lot of energy. And that's just the way we like it. They come in, they're educated, they're an adult. Perfect. We don't have to fucking fund public education for these people, unlike me. So
I'm sorry, you're saying these Vietnamese or Thai or Sudanese, they're highly educated? Is that what you're saying? Because it sounds contradictory.
no, they're educated enough to fucking press a button on a machine, OC. That's all they need to do. They're educated
Oh,
enough.
it gets back to the original argument.
We shouldn't have a society where you've got to import people to press a button on the machine, but that's the society we've ended up.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello, go on.
Basically. I mean, like it's a little bit. It's probably more nuanced than that, but
I didn't kick. I'm sorry, I didn't kick Dev Pike off. He disappeared. It's probably more. I'm just trying to make a general, broad statement, and you can disagree with me. I'm just making observations. But go on. I want to hear what you have to say about it.
it's a little bit more than just bringing in people to push a button, but it is. That's kind of that's the essentials of it. Where it's just like we just need people to keep the machines running. Like that's all we need, because we're like we're at this stasis level. We don't need to grow. That's the big factor.
Right,
that's
but
the big factor.
okay,
we don't need to grow.
No. But here's my question, my counterpoint. I'm just pure curiosity. Forget about growth. We don't need to grow. All right. Why did we need to import to remain in stasis? We didn't have enough of a native. So what caused the lack of a native-born population to maintain this stasis? Why do we need to import just to maintain? You know what I mean? Because if we didn't import, like Japan, we'd be in the red, so to speak. So my question: forget about growth. We're not growing enough. If we need to, augment, that's what I'm asking you.
So you're sort of heading into the women question now, where it's like a lot of men they're fucking afraid of divorce, rape. Quite frankly, I don't want to use that word, but they're afraid of
which word, divorce or rape?
Fuck it, both. At this point, but they're afraid of committing to someone that is going to fuck their life up completely. And on the women's side, they're afraid of committing to a guy that is just a fucking nothing. They're just no. I'm gonna.
But you're probably considered a fucking nothing. But the Sudanese guy you work with, he's got a wife and a family and an extended. So, but you're a fucking nothing.
No, I'm not a fucking.
Precisely.
I'm a fucking stallion. No, but
well,
no, but there is. I will play devil's advocate. There is women don't want to get with a guy that's just gonna because my mom just got dumped out of nowhere by my stepdad. And she's the most kind, loving woman there is.
Reverse chat.
Vice versa, my dad. It's kind of fucking ironic, but my dad was dumped by my mom fucking going back 20 years ago. So it's kind of a weird karma thing. But
she got a karma. And now she's crying about it.
She said that to
no
me.
One's listening. And no one's listening. And no one's listening.
She said that to me. She said to me, this is how it must have felt. And I was like, I didn't say anything at the time.
Now you get it. You should have said, now you get it.
No, I'm not going to say I'm not going to say
By the way, no. That's what I mean. You differ. You think I don't speak like this in
Why would I say that, Danny? Why would I say that to my Danny? Why would I say that to my mom?
This is what you're going to do.
Why would I say that? Nothing will come.
I'm actually going to answer that question. Because I'd say to my mother too, if that were the situation, because you know her, you're her son. She's not like the next door neighbor, someone you're going to be polite with. She's someone you should know well enough to be able to say, "Hey, Ma, you dumped Dad. Now you've gotten dumped. You ever stop and think? You should have the ability to speak freely with your own mother."
Okay. No.
A lot of people. A lot of people.
That is fair. That is fair. The only reason I didn't challenge her on it at the very time is because I've spent nearly my whole adult life challenging her on it. I always said, "Why'd you leave Dad? Why'd you leave Dad? Why'd you leave Dad? Why the fuck? What was wrong with you? What was wrong with him?" at the time when she got dropped by my stepdad, she was extremely vulnerable. She was
before her vulnerability, what was her answer when you'd ask, "Why'd you leave Dad?" What was her response back before all this happened?
Her answer was she fell out of love.
Fell out of love.
And this goes back to the argument as to why the fuck people aren't fucking. Because if I'm going to commit to someone and I'm going to commit my life, like men commit their lives to a woman. Like when you're a man, you work, you blood, sweat, and tears. That's your life. If after 10, 15 years she goes, I've fallen out of love, and you've got 3 kids behind you, what the fuck are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? My dad didn't have an answer at the time.
Get another woman. No, but
Luckily, my dad did find another woman. But for a lot of guys, it's a fucking barrel in the mouth, or it's a fucking long walk.
No, I agree with you,
or it's a fucking jail cell, or it's a jail cell. My dad was lucky enough to find another woman.
Yeah, but Dubs, I agree with you actually in that situation. If you said something before over and over again, so why'd you leave her? So blackpilling her, then it's all. I agree with that because it's situational. If she's fucked up, then you don't want someone saying, "I told you so." Right? You don't need.
Yeah, well,
that's a good idea. But
I'm the kind of abrasive Spurg who would say to my own mother, "Well, I told you so, you stupid bitch." But that's just me. That's just.
I've gotten my abrasive Spurg out on my mom plenty of times.
Yeah, but it's not much of a win. It's an old woman. It's an old woman.
So that's it. She can't take too much more of me being like, you fucked up. Like we could have had the idyllic lifestyle. You could have had generational wealth. We could have done so well. She doesn't need that shit anymore. Like I've given her that. Like she's had that speech. I don't want to do that. She doesn't need to hear it. I've moved on. Like I've forgiven her.
Well, no. Now here's the women response. She didn't give a shit because she had, your stepfather. She, okay, I guess we could have had all that. That never meant anything to her. And if your stepfather hadn't left, it still wouldn't have meant anything to her. It's almost like it's come back to bite her in the ass only because your stepfather left her. She didn't give a fuck about her grandkids or potential you having a mate or you having a real job and keeping Australian society in place.
Well, that's what we go back to the Sudanese thing and the Taiwanese and the Vietnamese thing. They don't think like that. Like when they get into an engagement, that is a fucking commitment. And it comes from both sides. There is a dowry paid that is on both sides. Like the male will...
No, it doesn't really come from both sides. If their women were as free as white Western women, they'd also misbehave, but they don't have that luxury. They don't have that option, mostly because of finance, also cultural. So I don't think it comes from both sides.
No. It does. In those cultures, it absolutely fucking does come.
No, because once upon a time it was true in our culture too, but not now because of changes that were made. So
that's what I'm saying.
I don't believe female nature.
Yeah, but Dubs is right. Their culture is different.
Like
that's it.
Their culture is. The Taiwanese guy that I went.
No, what I'm saying is our culture was once like that too for our great grandmother. But by the time I got to our mother's generation, it was no longer the case. And if these Sudanese or Thai women were given the same type of freedom, they would misbehave as well. But they haven't been afflicted with what the Western world has, is my argument.
Yep. No, I see. Yep, absolutely. Because it's funny because I will go out with like. I make friends with these people. I'm not like, well, fuck you. You take them like, I don't give a shit. Like, dude, I don't give a fuck. We'll hang out. But at the same time, it's like you see the women with them, and it's like you can start drawing the red lines. You know what I mean? Like it's like they understand the overarching element that they're in. Like they understand that this is a union, this is a unification that we need to be a part of, that we need to stick to. Not like because there is financial stakes on the line, and now we have kids, so now we have no choice. Like it's at that point. Whereas with Westerners in particular, it's like there isn't that what do you call it? Like that blade hanging over your head. Like it's like.
Well, the key word is choice. These women don't have the choice, so they behave like they have to. With our culture, given that choice, you see how badly women misbehave. In other words, they shouldn't be given the choice. I wasn't going to go in this direction, but here we are.
No, they have the choice, but the consequences are dire. The consequences, like if a Vietnamese woman, if she's married to a guy, a Vietnamese guy, and they got kids and whatever, and she goes, you know what, I'm not feeling it anymore. Her fucking family will disown her. Like that's the fucking crazy
Right.
thing. Like
Right.
her own flesh and blood will tell her you're
So
a piece of shit. Fuck
right.
you.
There,
Whereas in this society, it go on, OC.
she has the choice technically, but there's severe consequences to
Yes.
making the wrong choice. Whereas in this society, they don't have as severe a consequence for making the wrong choice, the anti-societal choice. That's what I'm saying.
It's funny that I say that though, because my
How's that?
neighbor, she left like a full Christ church, like a Christ chat. He was 6'5", deep in the church, was like the nicest guy you will ever fucking meet. She left him. Her family has basically fucking disowned her. It's bizarre. Like it's
Well, what did she do after she left him? She get with some other
she
dude?
hooked up.
or-
She hooked up. She hooked up instantly.
Oh,
She
there you
hooked
go,
up.
there you go. So it's
Like-
not that crazy.
Like they didn't, yeah, there wasn't the whole like we support you no matter what thing. It was like I talk to her from now and again, and it's like she's excommunication with her family, her parents, her sister, everyone. And it's almost like the parents and the family saw the guy that she was with was like the guy. And like the fact that she went behind his back and like cheated and did whatever she wanted to do, it was like they saw it, the flesh and blood, even they saw it as like that's fucked up. We can't
Right, but would you say? I'm sorry. Would you say their response was as harsh as would be for a Vietnamese woman or a Sudanese woman or whatever?
yeah, like it's excommunication. Like it's like we're not talking to you, we're not seeing you, we're not giving you any finance, we're not coming over for whatever the fuck. You don't get to see us. We're not going to look after the grandkids. Like that's the extent of it. Like that's probably what you would get from a like southeastern a like Southeast Asian culture. But it'd probably be a little bit worse in a Southeastern Asia culture because they're like they're a little bit backwards. Not like they're not fucking backwards, but like they're a little bit behind. So it's like that would have more impact. Whereas like if you're a single young white female in Australia, like yeah, you're gonna face the consequences from your parents, but you got Tinder. You got fucking Tinder. You're fine, bitch. Like you'll find someone else. You will be fine.
So this religious lady who left her 6'4", good provider, she had Tinder as an option, is what you're saying, or she had options that
she
immigrants
could
did not,
could walk down
right.
the road. She could get anyone. She could get anyone.
Oh, well, that's what I'm getting at. So yes, technically they all have a choice. Australia is a
Yeah.
free-ish country, but it's much more devastating to a foreign woman than it would be even for the
Yeah.
right. So there's still not the extent of consequence that there would
Well-
be for a foreign woman who's basically bound to the man she's with in this foreign land, the way there would be even for a religious woman whose family cuts her off, but she still has those options. You know what I mean?
Well, it's like the consequence in terms of family orientated. Like it's, yeah, like my neighbor, she has no communication with her family, but you know what? She's going to be financially stable for the rest
Right.
of her life. She's always going to have a man for the rest of her life. She's always going to have someone that's going to simp and beta bucks for her
Yes.
kids for the rest
Right.
of her life.
All right. so
Whereas
there's
if you're a
yes, less of a consequence. Whereas, continue the point. Stairs.
well, if you're a
continue-
Southeast Asian person, a woman, and you choose to leave someone out of I fell out of love, and no other like if he's a drug using abusive piece of shit, it's fine. But if you say like I fell out of love, you're fucking disowned. You're not going to find anyone. That family will go out of their way to talk about you to other people. They have very close knit communities.
Right.
The funny thing is the Vietnamese and people that I work with like 20 plus of them. They all know each other. I don't know how the fuck they know each other. They do. It's just how it is. They have very tight knit communities. They look after each other. They know each other. They know each other's surnames. They know each other's families. I can't explain it. They just do. So if you're a woman and you decide, fuck this guy, I'm in a Western country now, I can make it on my own. Good luck. Good luck. Well, actually, no. If you're in a Western country, fuck it. You probably will. But I don't think that mentality has transferred over yet. So you will see a lot of Vietnamese guys that are sticking with their women, and they're sticking with them, and they are choosing now to have a really good life.
Right,
And,
what you're getting at is it doesn't have to transfer over. In order for white Western women to be free and liberated, there has to be another class of women and men, because their white liberation for women means less productivity for the white native-born men. So you need to import foreigners now, and you can say we're a progressive, free, independent country, and those foreigners, that's just their culture, bro. That's just how they roll, bro. Let's not judge them. In other words, basically, white feminism is actually very racist towards the freedoms of non-white women. And so we're getting to the women question, that white women are the cause. Well, I guess ultimately white men for giving this power. We're getting into the whole racial and gender question. Dev Pike, I didn't kick him off. He left. He's trying to get back on, but it says his device isn't connected, so I'm not sure what's going on. But do you understand what I'm saying? In order for that Christ lady to be free, it means a bunch of Vietnamese and Sudanese women, or whatever would you say? Well, you said Sudan. Where's the African country? I'm sorry, which African country was it?
No, it was Sudan. It was Sudan. Yeah.
These Sudanese and Thai women have to be bound to the men of their culture, so that the white woman can be free to be, I'm going to leave my husband now. I've fallen out of love with him.
I don't know if I see the correlation there. It's kind of like, it is messy. Like it's just if you can be polyamorous and not monogamous, and if you have options, if you can explore those options, like you will, you just will. And I think that, like, I don't want to.
Yes, I agree. I think it's true for all women, regardless of race. But I think the Vietnamese and Sudanese don't have that luxury the way even the holy roller woman has. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not really disagreeing with anything I've said. Danny, I'm sorry, Danny, can you hear us? Because Danny wanted to say something. Yeah. But do you at least? I'm sorry, I'm cutting off again.
I'm gonna hop off soon. I'm gonna hop off soon.
We're winding down.
Yeah.
But I don't want to end it on such a weird note. So you want to stick around for another 5-10 minutes?
I don't feel like it's weird.
Oh, do you seem like you guys are both disagreeing with me without realizing?
No.
You're actually agreeing with me without realizing it. Climb a couple steps.
No. I'm at the bottom of the stairs. I want to stay at the bottom of the stairs, OC. I don't want to climb up them. Like you're like, I don't want to go up there. Look, I'm happy staying.
Yeah. Dom is at the top of the stairs. We do not want to be at the top of the stairs.
Fuck you. Yes, Danny.
If Dom is at the top of the stairs, I want to be at the bottom of the stairs.
Danny, tell me you are slaying in the UK. Come on, man. Come on, please.
I choose not to slay, but I can't.
Oh, don't give me that bullet. Don't. I choose not.
No, I think Danny.
The coffee cup girl is.
No, fuck that, Danny. You won't.
Danny should follow the lead of his fellow Englishman, the guy that you work with, Dubs, and he should move to Australia, drive a truck or a lorry, whatever you guys call it, and then he can get, he can have a house and he can get an Australian girl, and I think he should do what your coworker did. That's just my suggestion. Passport Max or Passport Bro, but don't go to Thailand. Go to Australia.
Danny.
Don't cut me off.
Can I be
just a point
in New York?
We're waiting for you, Danny. We're waiting for you. I got a place here in Perth. I'll set you up. All right. Like, you got that accent. Danny, let me tell you something. Okay. The accent that you got, that women instantly, they melt. They melt. They hear that.
Yeah, that's already happened with Dom. He got the accent bonus, right? He was a four.
I don't want to shit. I don't want to shit on the Americans here. I don't want to shit on the Americans. But the UK accent, the English accent is superior.
How dare you shit on me? Actually, it's funny because honestly, while there are slight differences, you guys, different hemispheres, you guys sound so much more similar to me. I'm like, you've got the accent. Well, as far as I'm concerned, you both have the accent. I really can't tell the difference.
Danny. I'm telling you,
well,
man.
Dunn was a 4, and then when he got boosted up to a 7 because of his accent. That's the
Exactly.
power
You can accent Max, Danny. You can
Yeah,
accent.
by the way,
Yeah, think of it. Dumb was a 4 in America. He became a 7 in Australia. You're a 2 in England. You'll be an 8 in Australia. Australian girls are easy, man. Go to Australia.
There's a million Donnas here for you, Danny. There's a million Donnas here for you. Right?
You know, this is why I don't do it. It feels like a defeat if you've got to, and that's why I think about all the Asian maxes. You're so low. You have to use every lever to your advantage to get anything. It seems like a complete failure. You're so bad in the UK that you can only get a Japanese woman in Japan and can't take her back, by the way. And even then, you can't take her back home. It's like it's a wild fever dream.
Aussie women. Let me tell you, like they're beautiful. They're beautiful. And like as soon as you get off that plane and you walk out and off the tarmac and they're gonna hear you, they're gonna say like Danny. They're gonna be ready for it. All right, I'm telling you. And you're gonna be at Donna's wedding. I'm gonna be there. We're all gonna be there. OC, I am. Where's that fund me? Where's that GoFundMe, OC? Because like I need to contribute to that. All right? You're coming down under OC.
The problem is that I think Dum sees OC as a threat because Donna said that he was a Chad in the Elton John video.
Yeah, she's hanging around OC's streams a little too much. But look, it's okay because that's been squashed.
No, I think no. Donna disagrees with you, Dubs. She thinks that the American accent's superior, and Dum and I are both Aquarius. Donna's really into astrology. She was told once, this is true. She was told when she was younger by a fortune teller that she would eventually marry an American who was an Aquarius. So we've narrowed her list down to 2. And Dubs, I know you want to get off. Give me another 5-6 minutes. 10 o'clock, we'll call it. Yes, no, this is true. Donna loves the American accent. She was told she'd marry an American with who is an Aquarius. So yes, I agree. Dumb feels threatened. He shouldn't. Well, maybe a little. But yeah.
By the way, is Donna afraid of Americans?
Wait, stop fucking with your cutlery, you dickhead.
By the way, I've done loads of musical references that no one's got. I said an English
because they're not funny. They're just not that funny.
No, all right, Danny, can you drop? Danny,
Americans, which is David Bowie. But
yeah, I know that one. Oh, what about I'm a jealous guy? That's the key. I'm just a jealous guy.
That's the problem. This kind of creativity that I've got, it falls on deaf ears. I think OC absolutely
it doesn't. Trust me, man.
Zero appreciation, despite not.
That's just OC. Like OC's up the stairs. He doesn't give a fuck. Okay, like us slowly.
Well, to be up the stairs, you have to have created something yourself superior. I see nothing being created. But this is what I've got a problem with OC. If you are,
I'm not.
I'm not touching this.
I'm not touching this one.
If
I'm not touching this one.
Right and wrong, you've got to have created a masterpiece to say, "Hang on a minute, that's crap." And because otherwise, someone like me can turn around and, "What have you done?" And if it's 0,
no, I'm going to cut you off right now. The whole "What have you done?" A couple things. You're assuming you've created a masterpiece when you haven't. You don't have to actually be an artist to say this artwork sucks. If you got to explain why your pile of shit is a masterpiece, it might not actually be the masterpiece you think.
No. I don't think what I've created is a masterpiece. It might be shit, but I need someone that has created a masterpiece to critique it. Otherwise, I'm not listening to anyone that says I'm not. What have you done? Again, what have you done? If you've done nothing and you've got no experience, you've got no talent in the area, I don't care. It doesn't mean anything because you got.
Now, let's say you're not a musician. You still have ears. You can listen to the album and say, I think this sucks. I think this is great. This is okay. You don't have to actually be a musician to appreciate music or if you have eyes, you can look and have an opinion on art. I don't believe this only masterpiece, only what's his name? Michelangelo can critique my art. Otherwise, I don't believe that. I think that's a cop out. It's bullshit.
Well, that's my stuff.
Look at me. I'm full bro C maxing right now. I'm full like bro C like right now. Like it's good.
Yeah,
I got
precisely.
this like just don't spray me with Lysol and I'll be good. You know, like the fucking.
Oh dear. Well, OC doesn't believe in that. He thinks he's.
Just don't spray.
Well, by the way, why can we get on to Dumb and why he's evacuating? He's done literally the normie thing.
No, wait a minute. Wait. No, we're not going to go into dumb yet. I'm going to say something. Danny, you streamed once. You made a big deal about how you're going to stream every night. You'll be a better streamer than me. What have you done? Well, I've done a lot of streams. I know what streaming's about. And you haven't streamed since. But you're going to say that what? Because what? I didn't stream the right way or I didn't stream in a masterpiece way. I can't judge the fact that you haven't, lived up to your streaming potential. What is your argument here?
Yeah.
No, I agree. No, it's because I saw that the job that you're doing is I can't reach the standard. It's too high. I can't do it. I'm out. That's what happened. You mobbed me streaming. I know I can't compete. That's the reality of it.
All right, now
your streams are good, Danny. Like the one.
Stop a minute. You just said your streams plural are good. He's only ever streamed once, as far as I know. But yes, it was a stream to remember.
I put that on repeat all the time. Like that's my daily listen to.
See, I've got an audience. No, but what about Dumb? Why has he sailed off into the sunset? Does he actually believe that he's in the American dream? Does he actually believe he doesn't need us anymore? What the fuck? How can he abandon us so quick?
Because he's ascended. He wants to forget about this part of his life.
He's dropped us like a bag of hot shit. He's used us and he's literally just abused us. I can't believe there's no kind of the friendship was unbelievably tenuous. There was no he didn't truly like us at all. To drop us.
No, he did not. No, he did not. Todd can say horrible things about him. He'll still support Todd. If I agree with it, fuck that OC for agreeing with that point. Well, it wasn't my point. Todd said it. Oh, Todd's above reproach. Donna's my goddess. Ew, you suck, OC. That's what I think. What does Dubs think? Danny wants to know how you feel about James.
He's got a life. He's got a fucking life. Like
he's got a life. He's got a life.
He's got a life. He's having Australian Day barbecues with his beautiful wife or beautiful soon-to-be wife. He's got stepkids. He's got to look after. He's got a dog, dog ninja. Shout out. He's got a life. Like, what do you want? Like, what is he gonna do? Like, be on YouTube all the time? Like, he's got to work on his career. He's like, it's tough.
Wait, there one stream a week, bro. That's nothing. He can afford to do that.
Well, it's not even that. He doesn't have to be streaming all the time, but he doesn't have to delete everything. Like, I got to put this behind me. I think that's where the insult comes in. He could have just said, listen, I'm not going to stream as much. I got a girlfriend now, a fiance, but the old stuff is still up, and every now and then I'll do something. The whole, you're all dead to me. I think that's what's upsetting.
I see what you mean. Yeah, this is Burgergate 2.0. Like, this is... We've been here before. Like we've seen this before. Like he'll be back. Like when he left, I said OC is going to be the person that's going to bring him back. Like that's just like it'll happen sooner or later.
Okay, we bring him back. We need him back. Bring him back.
He will.
And also, it's a short-term play because as we know, things change, right? What if the relationship breaks down? Who's the first people he's going to come back to? Hang on a minute. It's going to be YouTube, right?
It's going to be OC.
Yeah, well, I think what Danny's saying, it's going to be if things don't work out with Donna. Assuming James doesn't go into the Outback and blow his brains out, his first move will be on YouTube crying in his beer. She left me. Does anyone know who loves me? Yes, hypothetically, James would revert to what he was like when we first met him. Yeah.
If Donna leaves,
that's the point. That's the point.
If Donna leaves Dumb, James, he can find a beautiful Aboriginal woman anywhere he wants, and he's going to be set up for life. Like he can learn to play the didgeridoo. He can throw a boomerang. Like he's set for life. Like he'll do fine. Like he'll be all right. Like he's got no problem. No
Okay.
problem at all.
Yeah, but the point is that he's got to have an audience waiting for him, right? OC's not gonna. OC doesn't forget. He's like an elephant. He's never going to accept him back if he cuts. If he keeps on tidying out.
OC will accept him back. I didn't think he would accept.
The reality is somewhere in between. I'd begrudgingly let him talk, but I'd never let him hear the end of it. So it's somewhere in between what you're both advocating.
Things have been a little different between you two.
So the relationship will break down because you'll keep on reminding him, etc., etc.
Ever since the first Burger arc, like ever since Burger Gate 1, like it's never been the same. It's never.
No, it hasn't. And he was the one who instigated the whole burger thing, but we've gotten past it, kind of. I think. I hope. And listen,
Yeah.
I was always supportive. I was never anti-Donna. I said I think Dumb needs that structure. I'm just surprised at how. I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but part of me is still surprised. Like I supported him, a lot of us did. There was no need for him to act in the extremes, but I guess he wants to cast off the vestiges of his loser past now that he's.
Do you think Donna is an element of this? Like, do you think she has whispered wise words into his ear?
No, I think actually I agree with what Danny said earlier. I don't think she's deliberately steering him astray. I think she actually likes him being on YouTube. I think she's excited she got with a YouTube celebrity, but I think he sees that as a threat. She'll say, "Oh, James, OC said something funny. You should go on his stream again," and he'll think, "Why does she want to go on OC stream? I thought I would." So I think Donna means well, and he's misinterpreting it. And he feels mate guarding. He's mate guarding. He feels threatened by everything and anything.
Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies.
Do you think Dumb is in need of male friends in this country? Like, do you think that Donna might be kind of slightly suggesting that?
Yes, I think you've got to do a cross country trip, and I'd love to see Dumb.
Well, there is someone already over there.
I was going to say I'd love to see Dumb meet DBF. I think they should bury the hatchet and start a
That's funny. There will be a fight. There will be a physical altercation, in my opinion.
No, once they bury the hatchet, I'll head over there and.
Oh, it'll be physical, but not violent. It'll be physical. You know, he's into Bussy, DBF, and I think maybe the three of them. Hey, DBF will get his Donda, and he'll get Bussy, and they can all bury the hatchet, three of them together. None of my business, but.
No, DBF's he's a cool dude. Like it's just. He's got thrown under the bus, and he just wants to he genuinely wants to build a relationship, but it's hard for him. Like you got to understand his situation. Like it's a tough situation to be in,
dude.
It's a love interest. It's a love triangle.
He's got more money than you. You look cooler, by the way. Those shades, even though you're getting fat.
I was wearing the shades because you were wearing the shades, but you took them off.
Well, you said Elton John, so I put my damn shades on. You look cool.
You put the shades back on.
You look like Hank Williams II. Hank Williams.
There we go. Yeah.
Hank Williams. Get your guitar out and start turning your southern.
I'll play some guitar.
Hank Williams II. Yes. Okay. But all right. Listen, Chris. If you want to get off, I understand because it must be.
Thank you.
10 p.m. I'll give you an out, but I'm gonna let you have the last. Well, I'll talk to Danny in a minute. I'm going to let you have an unabridged last word. Anything you like to say about anything. It doesn't have to be about dumb or women or society or immigrants. It's going to be about anything. Anything you'd like to share with us these last minute or so.
Yeah. Go check out your local swing club. There's plenty of bussy there. Bunt to your life's content. And you only live once. And life is short. So fuck it. Do what you want with it.
I see DBF has taught you well, but let me ask you this.
No, that's all me. No, fuck.
Because I've always said they should meet up. If you were DBF, would you meet up with Dumb?
Fuck yeah. Like, I've already told DBF, like, if I head over the East Coast, if he comes over here, he's set up. So
right. But I'm saying if you were DBF himself, destroyed by Foids, you would agree to meet with Dumb. Why won't the real DBF do it? I think they should meet up. Let's make it happen.
He doesn't want to be. He doesn't want to be cucked. Like I don't want to say too much.
He's not being cucked. He's burying the hatchet, making a long.
I don't want to say too much on. He's not here. I don't want to speak on his terms.
Speak on his terms.
Man. No, you don't do that. But that's what he said. He's like it's a shitty situation to be in. You think about it, like the girl that your one-itis is with another guy, and now you got to go along and like. But I'm trying to like say like there's more to, like you can meet up with them. There's more to it than that because you might actually like being in proximity with a woman. They can be some benefits in that regards for him. So for anyone, like if I can, so you should probably do that. But it's I don't blame him if he doesn't want to because like fuck that, like that's bullshit. But that's bullshit. But like it's up to him. He's his own man. Like we're all our own man here, so you know. Do your button up. Like you got a whole button sitting out there. You can see a whole.
Don't change the
You're
subject.
calling me fat, man. You calling me fat.
I was supporting you until this end right here. You end on a bad note with the whole he's a
I saw it. I could not see it.
Well,
It's like the fucking eye of Sauron, right? Caught my eye.
You're hurting my feelings. Here, I'll give you the out you always wanted. All right. Thank you for joining us. It was very good until the end when you got nervous about DBF questions and had to change the subject to my belly, which has been hanging out all stream. All of a sudden, you take notice of it. No. But thank you. Let's bring Danny back on. All right, Danny, what would you like to say? What do you think about all that?
By the way, no one's talking about Donna's more attractive sister that DBF's lining up. No one's talking about it.
Well, go ahead. Tell us about it. Go ahead. Tell us about it.
Why is no one? DBF has got the wrong idea. He needs to go there and meet Donna's more attractive sister that will fall instantly in love with him. Is that right?
Isn't she married? Plus, I asked Dumb once. He let it slip that a lot of Donna's family members are kind of like taken aback that she's getting with this dude halfway across the world comes to Australia and moves in with her. I think a lot of them are like, huh, what the hell's wrong with Donna? I wonder if Donna's
that's crazy that that the family didn't actually kick up more of a fuss. What would happen? Okay, what would happen what would your mum say to you if you hitched up with a woman?
At this point, I don't think my mum would care. But I think, for someone like Donna, a divorcee with 2 kids, there probably is that sense of you're importing some guy from halfway across the world. I mean, what's going on here?
Yeah, I mean, what do you think about Dumb? Do you think he has just dropped us like a bag of hot shit?
Well, no, he claims he'll come on and explain himself. And, well, he claims all kinds of things. Let's not. It's okay to speculate, but let's not declare anything until he speaks for himself. Let's not punch down. You're always saying don't punch down. Let's let Dumb come on. He'll come on soon, I'm sure, hopefully, and he'll explain his side of the story.
What about your operation? How well did it go, and what's the prognosis? Will you be able to walk again, or will it be more of a peg leg situation?
Well, we'll find out. They tell me I should be able to walk again, but part of me thinks that they tell you the best possible outcome. I got to start physical therapy in a couple weeks. First, I need my boot. I need my what's called cam boots, those big plastic boots. So I'm waiting my boots. That's why I'm adjusting my pattern so I can be awake in the morning, like this time in the morning. For me, right now, it's 10 o'clock in the morning, 10 a.m. So I can make these business calls and see what happened because I think something must have happened with my insurance. So it's one step at a time. Cam boots, then physical therapy. Then I can answer your question.
Are they trying to
they say that the surgery went well.
They detected you're a spurge, so you might ask more questions than other people. Do you think?
They knew I was a spurge. They saw the They saw the paperwork and they said, "Okay, let me tell you about your leg." Oh, wait, it says here you're a spurg with ADHD. I said, "Yeah." They're like, yeah. It scared them. It spooked them.
They know about spurge powers, so they get scared when they interact with spurges because they feel more intellectually, I think.
Hello. Like Dub said, he was doing something with his cutlery. I heard him washing dishes, so he probably hit something. But that's what he does best. He washes dishes. All right. Now I'm going on. It's been over it's like 2 hours, 40 minutes. So it's been a good stream. Thank you, Christopher Dubs. Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate y'all being here. It's been fun. I think it's time we say goodnight. it's time we say bye, bye, bye. Good night, good morning. Maybe I should stay up a little longer because for me, it's like 10, 15 in the morning. But I think all things have to come to an end. We've had fun. We talked to Danny. We talked to Chris Dubbs. JT, I'm sorry you can come on next time. We'd love to hear from you because you're one of my biggest fans, of course. And and Totem, come on too. So we'll do that. Until then, I am Occupational Click. It's been another lovely, wonderful stream. It was good to talk to you. It's been a while. Danny, it's been a while with us. It's been even longer with Chris Dubbs. It was good to see y'all again. Don't be strangers. We will pick this up where we left off. Dubbs, don't be a stranger. Danny, I know you'll be back. So we'll go from there. But for now, Occupational Click out.